the regular
when you
sports
put
like
the Yoru in, there's
basketball
even
or
more
football, I
things
mean,
that
you
you can
picked
do.
some popular sports there, my friend.
More feints.
The answer is no.
Re-aggression. Use the clone.
Because the thing is, those sports
and that was a solo mission that he went on.
many
Nothing
years
really set
old,
him
and
up
the
in that
rules
round.
don't
He
change.
just took all that space.
And the
in
thing is,
midround.
that's kind of a thing of like,
Oh wow.
That was a
you know,
sick shot.
you can
was
go
really
back and watch a
confused on
football
what they were
game.
trying to show
From,
us
that
at
was-
first.
that
I'm
was
talking
sick.
about my football. I guess it's true for the other
Thread the
footballs.
needle on him.
You
But
can
the
go back and
50s
watch a game from
continue.
the 50 years ago, and it's the same thing, right? But no game lasts 50 years.
But
Oh, hang on. This
Yeah.
I hope this is a timeout.
There's
Nope.
also like
it's not.
family
Type
fandoms where you just
All good,
introduce
though,
your
guys.
kids
I'm being told
to the
it's an
sport
audio
and
issue,
stuff.
so hopefully we're back into the
Not
action
really
very
gonna happen
soon.
in esports unless a video game has
We'll
like
keep
50
you all
years
posted,
of
but yeah, you saw it prior to
history
this
somehow.
minor delay. Haha.
oh,
I'm told we're going back in. It really was a minor delay.
Yeah.
There is an op online for Jonah P.
and I want to
Thank
point out
God.
as well.
Shortest tech
he can
balls
hit
ever.
shots. I
Yes.
Although the
man,
players
like,
aren't
there
moving.
was a scrim where this guy had like 20, 30 easy on me, and I was like, bro, he's not even an op, bro. What's going on? Like, he's not even duelist, bro. Like, this guy's opping on Sova, destroying me.
We don't normally get to see him wield that weapon. We'll see what value he can find with it.
Yep. Valorant already has Harbor ult. Very good on the retake. This is what I was talking about. Already conditioning at Harbor.
What happens to Sen if
Cascade
G2
onto
wins
A
or
main.
MIBR
That's
wins?
interesting too,
If
because the first time we
G2
saw it was
wins,
much deeper.
then the
Oftentimes you
Sen
gotta go
game
further up, but
becomes
they leave a
just
pocket on the
whoever
right
wins.
side.
Yeah, it's all deliberate.
If MIBR win,
Trying to set up
then
Leaf for an easy kill.
Sentinels just need to win a map.
That is absurd!
RZ. Who else would you want to
Thanks for the quality Valo
Yeah, that's
content.
fair. The tip of the spear.
No,
for
thank you,
MIBR.
Atara G, for the 3
It's
months.
online for both squads, but no one has bomb right now, so we're still trying to decide where they want to end.
Yeah, it's actually really far away too.
I think Artson picked up that he TP'd back towards stairs. And Leaf still has his ult online, gets the info again.
It's so much value. That's so much info.
That is a lot of info. And they already have 3 here, so they don't really need to lane. You know, you don't want to over-rotate. And that should secure what G2 thought was going to be an A hit. But
Ult invested.
they decide to go back.
30 seconds left.
JCC's left.
That is so smart from MIBR.
Is the knife up? It is up. It doesn't matter. Net's down anyway.
That's got to be a blunder, dog.
Yeah,
Yes.
Trent's filling in behind it.
How is he
But the
dying to
flank
that
gets
angle?
flanked. And now Trent up close. I
Time,
don't think they know where he
time.
is. 10 seconds left. There's a
Why is the
hit
spike
on the
there?
ground.
Damn.
Is he gonna have enough time
Didn't
to
get
reach?
it.
No, he's not. Jonah P with the
Oh
op.
my god,
I don't
you.
think there's gonna be enough time. The round is done.
Leaf wins the round right here.
Melons.
Oh, it's already done. Leaf doesn't even need to do
Actual
anything. But he
melons.
had that secured.
Yeah.
Had Artson try to plant and gets the kill. And what did I say? Jonah P, crucial kill.
I mean, he secured the round with that option.
Chess and esport? No.
Time was so tight.
And now MIBR,
No,
they
that's
have to
just
think,
a game.
where's the
It's a
Sova
game that
gonna
has
be
existed
opening?
for
Or maybe
hundreds of years.
give it back to Leaf, right? We can cycle it now.
Yeah, it becomes a guessing game.
Yoru off is great on this map because of the ability to reposition.
Yeah,
Right
somebody
into
in my
his hands, as
Look
you were
at that.
mentioning.
somebody
Look at
found
the nine
the
games.
steel clip. Yeah, let me
G2
send it to
setting
you.
things up for
The
future
Olympics
rounds.
considers
So
chess and
good.
esport. Well,
Look,
they're
that wall out
stupid.
again. Now an up behind it. And if JCC does anything bad here, he's gonna get off.
When does
He's
chess
gonna be
get a
taken
meta
out.
change?
And he
I mean,
calls
to
the
be
bluff
honest,
and
considering chess
peeks
has
ahead of the
existed for
cascade.
hundreds of years, you
Interesting
have,
positioning here
I
from
mean,
Nut.
probably
Full
been
util on
alive
B
for chess's
with Viper
biggest
playing off
meta
of it.
change.
And
When the
Sova.
computers started telling
He's
everyone
solo
what good
walls.
moves
I
were.
think he's so far away.
I don't know if
because
he's actually on cam either.
I'm not sure
There's
either.
no way he is because he has to hold this down.
I think he's
Yeah,
so far away because Mazina's ult.
Yeah.
So if it's a B hit, the knife becomes less of an issue. It becomes
Is
more
that
problem
not
with the
an
ult, and there
awful
it
angle?
is. It's used.
That was a very nice kill. That causes Sova ult to be invested.
But what
They
does
have a
he do if
chance to
multiple
win this
people
round.
swing it? He
Oh,
can't
he's
go
creeping
anywhere.
behind him. There's no way he'd expect him there. So the op hits the ground. Mazine back sight.
And then your whole setup is broken.
He just. Oh, that was a game of chicken.
Man, I love how confident Artson is. Oh, that's a huge kill. Hold up.
JCC's on a flank. He might get a timing across mid. First start cleared. Our team falls. But again, JZC is the one you have to keep an eye on here.
Trent.
Trent falling.
RGL.
RGL holding the line in.
Nah.
They traded back.
I too can say the players who
Jonah.
players who got killed.
Mazid.
No. Jonah again. How did they lose that MIBR? They felt like they were in such a good spot.
Retake from G2.
Yeah, shutting down the Yoru teleport, killing him.
Especially
I don't know.
against
I feel like this map
MIBR, who
is just going to be very sloppy for
post-plant
both
fanatics,
teams.
right? Like they
I'm getting
usually
the
play the
feeling.
post-plants to a T.
It's going to be
The
scrapping
slop is
it out.
real.
That's got to give you confidence going into these future rounds.
I sent you the steel
I mean,
clip, by the way,
a
in Discord.
5v3. That's a rough round to be losing.
Yep.
Almost like Grudge.
Nowhere to
You mid?
run. Revealing area.
No, I'm dead. I can't see. I flash myself and I die because of it.
What is this?
I
got Kim Jong on my screen.
Wait. I saw
Did you
that.
see it? Did you see
Wait.
it?
What? Wait, I saw that for a second. Almost like Grudge.
The pause.
I flash myself and I die because of it.
What is this?
What is this? Oh, that is good. How is that a thing?
Threw another one down.
What is that? It's a great question. What is that?
Look at this trip so high, trying to get the read on the updraft because of knives. Trying to be 2 steps ahead.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, it's thinking like that wins you games.
They're going to rotate back towards A, and the Harbor utility has already been refreshed.
I think FRZ right now is hearing both these players, or at least one, knows that the Harbor threw the wall from stairs. So this should be an indicator that maybe site is free.
Trying to be with the dart. As soon as the wall goes down, you see the cove to cover. Because as soon as the hit starts, the door is open.
Suppress
tagging a
both
few.
of them there.
And MIBR have gotten out onto the site. RGL committing to the plant.
Spike planted.
And FRG
Plus he
just needs to live for as
chill.
long as he can
Yep.
here. And just be a menace.
As the cove dissipates, you mentioned.
It's
Juan
funny when you
be
got
a
players like
menace.
Baby Bay
They
that
know
saying
where he
that. When you
is.
know if Baby
And
Bay
you
was in
can't
this
ignore him,
situation,
yeah.
he'd be fucking
Because,
swinging.
well, I mean, while that's happening, the spike ticks away.
He'd just be
That's
fucking
finding value on the other
Giga
side, but
Chad
Jonah P
swinging
investing
it.
the ult.
Huge kill.
Which just goes to show, he knows in his mind what the right choice is. But
Blades found, not able to convert on anything else. So
Can't believe you
No
got 2
mollies,
there.
though.
and they're so weak.
look at how low they are.
Yeah,
They're
12
12
HP amongst the
HP.
two of them.
I mean, look at this Harbor.
They have to go aggressive.
And again,
What?
what does it
Holding
matter?
What?
Is he going to be able to take it
What?
all the way? Yes!
Oh my god.
The Red Bull clutch from the leader and the kill.
Oh, come on, MIBR, win this so that I don't have to watch all this endgame.
Chooses to pick Harbor on Breeze. So many different walls you have to run through to see if they're even on the bomb.
Dude, a good Harbor can be so suffocating and oppressive.
He used 3 walls that round. One pre-round that was crazy that blocked off Halls and deep aim.
Unlucky that
The
guy had
second one was to delay any type of
Guardian
hit, and then the third was for the
to
retake.
spam with.
I mean, that's max
Yeah,
value
that's
right
tough.
there.
What's with the Wolves thing? Good question.
Timeout
What
called
is with
from
the Wolves
MIBR.
thing? Huh.
Another close affair in this third match.
Canada man, give this up to Communist Manifestos.
So good from G2 to clear out FRZ.
That
and
is a
Halls.
funny name. You thought the chat was going to get
Trent.
political because of that?
Knowing that he can walk up safely because Leaf is there posted with the op. And while that's all happening, Jonah P ulted and actually got a collat hit. Didn't get kills with
Well,
it.
Canadians are
But
known
back
for
from
being
that, yeah.
overly
And that allowed Ned to get
cautious
3
and
kills
nice.
with
So,
Balance utility. So many
I
things going
understand.
on at once on that retake.
Something so
It's honestly
simple might
hard to
seem
put, like,
controversial.
To paint the picture for everybody, but it was beautiful. So many different protocols that they just did.
That's a bannable name, Canada man.
G2 hanging on to a
On its
one-round
own.
lead. On the other side of this timeout, we'll see what
True.
differences there are for MIBR.
No, not Canada man. Someone who just typed in chat.
Jonah P is the op again. Dude, they're
As
playing,
in,
they're
I
playing
wouldn't
the
be
shell
a...
game.
Yep.
You're just trying to guess where the op is and who has it. And they're doing such a good job, G2 are, of changing that every time.
Yeah, they're masking where the op is a lot of these rounds. Masking who even has the op. And I wonder now if Leaf is gonna
T&D's and elevated
show
friendship
somewhere
really
deliberately,
reaches
maybe
across
get hit by
space
a
and
KO
time.
knife.
I mean, if they mean this Discord call,
Well, he's
as
dead
in
now.
you're in a
Great
different
opener for our
time
team.
zone and in a
See the
different
same harbor
space,
wall
then I
for
suppose,
Halls.
yeah.
And you know what? Had anybody been a little bit closer to be main
Yeah, it's
there,
more so
they could have called out for Leaf. Hey,
it
like,
stretches
I
across
heard-
a series
I
of
heard movement already
tubes
in,
that people like to call
An
the
elbow.
World Wide Web.
but just not hearing the audio.
And
cues
also,
allows them to be unaware.
Space and time is connected.
Now they know that the op isn't in his hands, so
It's not space and time. It's just space
I would
time.
try to confiscate that Vandal, give it to my teammate if I could.
I just got called a
It's a fight I would
nerd.
want to take, especially
My
with
brother in
the-
Christ,
too.
you're watching
Well, they found the
professional
option.
video games right
I
now.
was
What
gonna
are
say,
you
even if they
doing
know it's
with
not
your
league
life,
games, they don't know where Jonah
fucking
P is,
nerd?
Instantly repositions, I'm telling you. This guy is actually sick with the op. He already thinks like an opera.
A reposition
That is
and a
always funny
rotate
to
from
think about
MIBR
these pro
towards A.
players as well.
Should be here for
Deep
the
down
hit.
in their heart,
And RGL
Yeah.
hasn't used
they've
his
just
wall.
been playing little nerdy video games their entire life.
This is good for G2. But Viper Molly should delay this.
This
game.
guy who's
They're
flaming me
trying
for
to get
being
ahead of
nerd
this.
is
The
also
problem
doing
is that
homework
just
at
our
the
team
same
going down
time.
forward. It's gonna be a
Who's
little
the
bit
real
more
nerd?
Who's doing
laborious for the rest of
homework?
this team. And now Valor's playing on
While
the other side of
watching
the wall.
video
That's
games.
true
To think that
nerd
that's where he
behavior.
is. Try playing games. Ultimately still punished.
And that's just a risk that you don't need to take against bad guns, Doug.
I
Oh
push
my
you
God,
into
where
the
you
locker.
looking,
Continuing to
Trent?
push forward. 3 on the round for him. The Vandal
think he's
still
inside the
healthy. Jab,
orange?
proc, Jonah P on the swing. It
Oh
doesn't
my
work.
God.
He's potentially on the cards. Jonah
Give it
P
to
with an
him.
up.
And surely, even if Jonah P kills Artzine here,
One tap.
Mazin should
One
close
tap.
the round out.
Most likely. There it is. Jonah P
How
closing out our
aware is
team.
Jonah P?
That was a little bit early to be peeking that.
Mazin needs to just tuck behind this box and hide.
You can't expect
Oh,
him
there
here.
it is. Now this is very hard.
Yeah, you don't have the weaponry.
No, he doesn't have time to pull out the
Maybe
op.
Jonah P was gonna quickscope him.
It was close.
But you see the value he's getting with this op. And honestly, I think a little bit of
No
overview
free
from Valorant, like, he
PC
did not
stat.
need to get that far ahead of his team. They've been doing so well.
I know,
with
after
his
like
utility
day
on the
2,
reflex.
I was like, oh shit.
He didn't have a flash.
My
to set him
power is
up
gonna have to
or
give away
anything,
so
right?
many
So
PCs.
Why give the fight? But regardless,
It's really slowed down.
beautiful kills
I feel
from
like-
Artsy.
Doing a uni assignment right now, does that count as homework?
He could've.
I mean, the thing with
could've,
uni
could've.
assignments, I mean, I don't know where I
Like,
don't know where you
are.
are,
Like, oh, that's close.
but you know, you might be paying for it.
And so we're tied again and right back into the action.
So then it's like,
The
if you're not
Vipers feed
doing it,
invested B with the trip to cover it.
kind of
Perfect
wasting
off
your
angle
money.
here.
And this time it's Leaf with the op.
And I think he's gonna stay this time.
The shuffling continues. There's no gate crash for him to get out with.
Crazy
And when you're in this
university,
spot as an
pay to
operator,
work.
Shoulder.
Yep, exactly.
Jesus
That's
Christ,
exactly,
what are we
exactly
doing?
what happened is what I said. Is what I was gonna say. Now he's just able to reposition. Oh wow.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is-
just disrespecting it completely.
This is really aggressive.
But if I'm G2 and I've done my homework on this team, I've seen that MIBR loves to throw this little
Ooh.
orb that splits the cam from B, right? And gets somebody in the nest. So I should be aware. And look, you have 2 people still holding on the nest right now.
Yeah, Leaf
From the likes of
is,
G2.
Leaf is staring at it with an op. You're right. Valen not too far off, understanding that
Yeah.
that may be a spot of weakness, a gap in the armor, as the pit is traded on the opposite side of the map.
Look at this. They're gonna hard clear it as well.
I mean, they have to.
This is all prep.
How many does he
Can he
get?
hold them back?
2.
Can the duelist? No, don't switch
Why do we
now.
miss it?
Wow.
What did
Artsy
those
gets
do?
both. I don't know how he got him. Oh, he gets both. And he's
Okay.
eating up this map, Doug.
Net in a 1v3.
Even Doug was annoyed at that.
More
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Ardzine with the blades gets the 4th.
He insted him, Doug. This guy's sharp right now.
Yeah, that switch was bizarre.
But you see the prep. G2 was aware.
Yeah,
that
they
this
knew.
guy is having
Ref.
a game like we've never seen before. Out of himself.
So it's a not
This is-
Magnum?
this is great.
14 and 7.
Get Magnum
This is
out
great
of
to
to
see out our
Americas.
team.
He's had enough. Taking things into his own hands.
The idiot
See
voice
if we
line is
catch him
funny.
here.
Oh, what? How did he even get? What?
Leaf could have actually killed him there.
But then the controller to land the 3rd onto Trent.
Yeah.
At least
Was
the
impressive.
POV observer got it.
And honestly, Net it was looking really snappy right there. It almost looked like he could have headshotted Artzine on that up
I was trying to think about it earlier, TMV. I was like, what makes
A
a
different wall
top
now.
tier Vandal
And a
skin and
much
a top tier Phantom skin?
Faster
And I think it's
injection pace from
different.
MIBR. You already have the dark on backside
I think,
the wall.
I think the
Flash
Vandal
clear that
skin, the only
space
thing that
out.
really matters is
Valen
the
is
sound.
here. He's got a
that
stinger,
the shots
but he's
make.
instant. I mean,
Because
he's
like
tagged,
all the
they know
best
where
Vandal
he
skins
is.
have really good sound.
And there's a trip
when
behind
you
him
shoot.
this time too.
Like the
FRZ not
Neptune.
dying early, so no flank should be
I
able to
mean,
come through.
whatever floats your
Did they
boat.
just
You don't like the Neptune?
Uh-oh. I don't know how that happened.
I don't personally like it because I'm a nerd and I like to be immersed in my video
blunder,
game.
but no, the CT guys
Blub,
are
blub,
going
blub,
too
blub, blub,
early.
blub, blub.
Yeah.
And just when it looked like
Yeah,
there
but it
was
goes
a
why
way
you-
blub, blub, blub.
and an opportunity
That's why I use the
for Net to
katana
make
and all the
something
black
happen.
and gold
He
skins
was
so
the
I want
last
to feel
one
hard
standing.
when I'm
And just
playing the
maybe
game.
miscommunication or
Yeah,
or
but blub blub
something.
ascend club. Ever thought about that?
Yeah, I want to see
But
how
if
that
I'm
happened.
Net,
I
if
have
I'm
thought
Net,
about
I'm
that.
just screaming, no, Like, just wait. They don't expect a second. Just wait.
I
What
guess I
about the
just don't-
prelude to chaos?
And then
Because
you
I
have
would
a
argue,
greater
what
chance of the
about the
round.
reload animation of that
But
one?
honestly, RGL getting off the bomb that fast.
I don't
and
personally
flicking,
like the
that's-
prelude that
that's
much.
no easy
Okay.
feat.
I think it's cool,
I mean,
but
that's a
it's
fast
definitely
trade,
not my
dude.
favorite.
For the bomb planner, come on.
Like I
Yeah,
said, I
that's
mostly
perfect.
just care about the sound of the shooting. So like Prime,
And that trip,
the champions,
That trip, we're probably never gonna see that.
Ion sounds good.
I think FRZ is gonna fix that real fast. They should
Go on,
know
what makes a good
that
Phantom?
is jumpable.
Phantom is all about
That
the
could've been
noise when you
crazy.
kill somebody, like the kill banner noise. Because the Phantoms
Has to be
all
set
kind
up
of sound
here.
like shit
This should
when you
be
shoot
good for the
them.
hold.
See that cam out
I
from net.
think
The flash
the-
out backside. Now
the
here to
Champs
Fury through as
Phantom
well.
is good.
Artsy managing to avoid some of that tag.
You know, like the really deep.
He's so far up though. And now the reckoning
Kinda
investment.
annoying.
Yeah, I just think that most Phantoms sound kind of like shit.
Yeah,
That's why
I'm
I
kind of
really
with you.
like using them.
I'm kind
You've
of
got
with
the
you.
harbor
The
wall now
Phantom
that
could
you can
use
keep him
some
back
better.
with. Again, the
No, the
aggressive
only one you're
tool
wrong about
usage
though
from
is the
proves to be a problem.
They're
the
leaving
what
him
the
here, too.
Neo
FRZ
Frontier,
staying. Maybe to call the team back or get a late lurk.
the like Wild West one.
Oh,
This Hall's push.
You don't like that?
It's so much value.
I
And Jonah P's here as
don't
well.
like how it looks, so I don't use it.
What?
The knife
You're
only
so
tracks
wrong.
one, and you're
Imagine
right.
being that wrong.
Silent drops too.
The only Phantoms
That's
I
like
use are
literally the
Joe,
best.
Joe, he knows.
I think that
I
is
use
the best.
Oni,
skin.
Reaver,
But Jonah P
champions,
does.
Down A. 30 seconds left.
And once again, they're
And
thrown into
the-
disarray with 30 seconds
one that
left. There's
Artyom
really
Meister has,
not
the
a ton of
Toxia.
time. I don't know that he can make it back B.
If he wanted to, he would have had a knife out ASAP. But yeah, this should.
No time. What the hell are they
should
doing?
not
Do
go
they
in
know
favor
clock
for
exists
no
in this
IVR.
game?
I don't know. This is
Spike
bizarre.
down A. 10 seconds left.
So then the next
We talked
question is,
a lot
what
about
makes a good
Valorant and how
sheriff
his
skin?
Utility has been a problem, but you
Again,
called that late lurk
The
down
best
halls.
sheriff skin.
I mean, that
Also,
secured everything.
the unupgraded Neo
And that's
Frontier.
been the story of this.
I do
half
agree
for
with that.
success.
Has
Yeah.
to be a skin that
Yeah.
enhances the
Like,
kill/headshot
like a
without
Western
distracting from the game.
And it
Success,
also
I mean,
plays
we're
a
talking
much
about
better
5
song when
rounds.
you inspect it.
That's
I think for
pretty
me,
half, right?
Yeah.
the best thing, what makes a good sheriff skin is the inspect animation and the reload
Martin
animation.
Sitting at 16. Jonah P actually at the
Like
top
that's what I
there.
want out of my sheriffs.
Spike
G2.
down.
I mean, what I like in a skin is being bad,
That was just so well played by the defensive side.
being
Yeah,
weird.
Net is
You
looking
know,
pretty crispy
smite
right
desk.
now. I gotta keep mentioning that.
Do you have the smite knife?
I don't. I
Two ults for
wasn't.
the
I
attack
wasn't
side.
playing
Last
Valorant
round
when
of
it
the
came
half,
out, and
a
then
judge.
Well,
Mhm.
then
Oh,
you're a
he switched to
fake
shorty. What is he?
and then
up
I
to?
Skin enjoyer.
never had it.
Is there a pause?
tech buzz.
I'm assuming he'll have a judge and a vandal, and maybe just finesse around with both. They have the economy to do so.
Stiff Dragon, best skin in the game. That is a
As soon as we
hot
figure
take
out
right
what's going
there.
on, we'll keep you all updated.
Roy says it's the
Quick tech pause.
enhances the kill headshot without distracting from the game.
But we can talk about a little bit. We can talk.
I
a
think
little
most
bit
people
about
would
this
say it
round
is sound
and
somewhat.
What we might foresee.
The knife,
You're
I
also
want the
seeing,
most
again,
bizarre
AO
knife I
also
can get.
vault. We saw what happened last time. When we
That
had
is what I
those
think makes a
an
good
A
knife.
hit, right?
It's just something that's
And on the
just
opposite
whatever
side,
the
G2, when they're
weirdest
playing
thing
against the
like. I
KO
think the
ult,
one
their
I
protocol
genuinely
KO
think
is
if
trips
it had
on B,
sounds, one of the
Sova
best
sitting there with a
knives
dart,
was the Battle
and waiting
Pass
for the any audio
Aztec
cue to
skin
come out.
knife.
He's gonna chuck it right away.
Oh, the silly looking.
Yeah, I legit
like
think that if they gave, you know, obviously it was a battle pass skin, but if they
As
made
far
like
away as
a
possible.
proper skin of
Then,
that one,
also,
and it had a sound, had sounds
will be
to
able
it,
to pop cages in the main
I think
choke
that
so
would
they can
legit
fight,
be one of
you
the
know, and not have
best.
to worry about 2-3 guys
One of the
being
best knife
in the
skins.
back holding them.
Because I think for a knife skin, you just
So,
want something
simple protocol here.
weird,
We've
you know,
we've
because
seen
you're
this
not
already
using it
in
as a
this
gun.
half.
You're only using it to rotate. So I want something just
But let's
fucking
see
stupid to look at.
if MIVR decide to run into this trap.
Everybody
So,
wants the flashy inspect animations.
Let's also see if Leaf
It's
decides
so
to get
ugly. That's what makes
aggressive
it
info
good.
with his ult again like he did last time.
It's
I
weird.
just use the
You
katana
imagine he's
because
gonna
I'm a
wanna use it
weeb.
here.
And look at this. As I was talking about the Hall's pressure that
The color
G2
is
is
so
putting
horrible, but
on
that's the thing. If they
is
had
the
made it as a
adaptation for
proper skin, it
MIVR.
would have
Trying
different
to
colors. You could pick the color.
get up, get aggressive in that space, probably tap the door.
Thoughts
and
on the
keep one
glitch
here, I would
drawbacks?
assume.
Or tap the door and
I
send
think it's
Mazine
boring.
pop his ult,
I don't think
and then
it's that
hard hit
interesting, to be
A.
honest.
But Ned is close by.
Again, I prefer the
Ult
default
used, door opened.
Neo Frontier,
Let's
just
take his timing.
an axe,
He's already gotten out,
Gun here.
and they don't know.
just like
I mean,
a
they
wood.
Surprised you're not a
Couldn't
candy
see
cane knife
each other.
fan.
JZZ
Yeah,
flashes,
again,
there
the
it is,
candy cane
finally.
bit before
Ned
my
drops the
time of playing
duelist.
Valorant, I think.
But they managed,
but
yeah,
yeah,
they managed to
definitely a
get the
fan.
spike down. The flash was gorgeous. There was nothing really behind it.
Well, the most recent skin I bought was the
Now
Winter
MIBR
Wonderland
forced to take a
skin.
step back. RGL with 2 spits.
Look at that.
What?
Again.
The one with the snow globe?
Well, I guess the most
Oh,
recent
we're
one
aware
I
this time, I think.
bought was
yeah,
the
they're trying to do what Valen
was
did, but keep an eye on
DFM.
FRZ. FRZ's also flanking behind them.
Not aware enough.
I've always
Apparently,
wondered
come out
why
now.
Riot keeps making
They
these
need to
dog
come
shit
out
skins,
right
and now
now.
I know it's because people
Don't
even
just
buy
skip
them.
this.
No,
That was
I
the
don't
first.
buy
That
many
was-
skins.
He's not getting any
no
targets.
time.
Yeah, there's
Oh
nothing
my
they can do
God.
to keep him back.
Time is MIBR's biggest enemy. It's not G2.
RGL left with a spit in his hand, and
Switching sides.
No, it's just the Winter
my
Wonderland
gosh.
Phantom.
No
That's what I
time.
bought. I think I had it in a
So smart from
in a
G2
night
to just
market,
stick that
and they got me.
defuse.
we'll take
And
a
it
look
was
at it
all-
one
it
more
is all-
time.
What a crazy shot.
Yeah, there was so much pressure around door and around halls.
Wait, no, that was
Still waiting for the minimum part 2
was
to
a
come out.
round-winning shot, Doug, from net.
And
Minima
potentially
Odin
a
would go
game-winning
hard,
one,
not gonna
potentially
lie.
a series-winning one. We're going to throw it down to the desk to break down that first
Minima
half.
Odin would be the best thing ever.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. And what a first half.
I
like
want
how
a
wide
Minima
it is.
Vandal
Like
where the
it's
sound
tied
is
up.
like
Let's dive
it's like
into
almost
some of the
muted.
more granular details we were seeing there because
You know, like it's
you
the
guys were talking about
opposite
the composition. I know that at first you weren't a fan of it, and then you saw the harbor, and I think the harbor has definitely paid off.
I mean, I think the comp with Yoru always is fine.
Like
I
how
actually
Wyatt
think
is
it's
subtly
pretty good.
repping
We've seen
the
it quite a lot
guard
in the
while
offseason,
watching
people
G2
developing
play.
that. So it's not really the hard.
was
I was
that?
just kind of kidding around with that. But what I am
Wyatt's
seeing in this
basically
half
wearing
is
the
just
guard jersey while
constant
watching
post
G2 play.
plans. And that is because of the amounts of
Oh,
util
for
that they
Wyatt.
have
So
on
many
G2
options.
to retake with the harbor wall and all that. I think they're doing a fantastic job actually reading the entire
most
situation.
overrated
But,
skin?
I mean, these post plants are basically a coin flip. They're 50-50.
People
You
fucking
don't know
love
who's going to
the
win when you go
Prime.
into it, no matter who gets the pick. It's
fucking
absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, we're about to see
normal
a plan on
ass
every single round as the side swats. I mean, G2's
Minima-esque
comp utility,
looking
it's so
Prime.
easy to
People
get into the
fucking
site, especially
shit
Breeze.
on the
Get
Prism
plant
and
out in
then
the cove, and then you
rave
have the
about the
Molly shot for
Prime.
combos for the post plant. I really want to see MIBR play
Save
a
me.
proactive defensive game. You're not going to be able to give Artisan an op.
Prime
and have
sound
them
on the
actually
Vandal is
find
too
picks.
good.
There's just walls everywhere, right?
The
So I
Reaver as
wanna
well,
see
I'm totally with
Mazin
you.
and
The
Artisan
Reaver's probably the most
proactive
overrated,
with
in my
that KO,
opinion.
sending flashes through walls.
The Reaver as
fighting
well,
walls.
just like-
G2 are trying to get the spike down, having
cares
the
about this
recon coming in at the same
mid-skin?
time. Like, I want to see them force the issue when the spike is going down because I just
Actually,
see
you know
them
what
get
the
the
most-
win post
I
plants
still
when
use
G2
it because
begin
it's
to
a knife
cycle
I've
all
got,
the
so
walls while they
it's
util.
in my
I would
rotation
say
of
as well, the
ECT
Yoru
document.
is going to be really difficult to keep
The
track
most
of. where
overrated
Reef is
skin, in
going
my
on
opinion,
these,
actually,
on these
is
hits.
the second
Let's see how
Champions
this
Vandal.
pans out.
I think the
This
first
is it,
Champions
folks.
Vandal is
Do
awesome, and the
or
second
Wait, you
die
don't
for
like the
G2
second
and
Champs
MIBR.
Vandal?
Let's send it back
Nah,
over.
The
I didn't
music
buy
is
it.
annoying, but it's funny
A
at this
6-6
point.
score at halftime, and quite frankly, I wouldn't
No,
have
I
it any
like
other
the
way. The
second
series has
Champs
been a
Vandal.
banger from
When you're-
beginning to
when you're
end,
frying,
and it has
it's
all the
kinda good.
makings of yet another
That's an
classic
L
finish.
take by you.
And I agree with the desk.
It's not as good
This
as the
has been
Phantom
a
champ.
50-50 down to
IMO.
not even just
I think the
post plans,
Phantom
down to fights, down
better.
to
The original
down to
Champs
maps. Like,
Vandal
it's just
is the best.
So close.
Yep.
The rounds have come in
It's
bunches.
the
you
best
see it
out of
on the
all three
timeline.
Just boring.
champion skins.
But now it's on G2.
Literally
with
just a
this Yoru
slightly
Harbor Viper
painted
comp
Vandal.
Yeah.
to test their metal on the attack
Yeah, but
side.
the kill effect is the best.
And you know they've got silly stuff cooked up.
Yeah, 100%. What you're going to see a lot from G2 is using this harbor utility to feint mid-aggression.
it's a
block
battle
off
pass
the
skin.
info from the defenders. And it's all rechargeable. Well, some of it is, not all of it, but... Oh, great
That
dart.
dart tagged on. You're right. Oh, it's tagging two.
What a whip.
What? How does he
He
not
stays
die
alive, but
there?
that's some info.
No way.
How does he get away with that?
Stays in challenges. Window?
Leave trying to punish.
Oh my
Look how
God.
weak they are.
Oh, he tastes blood in the water. He knows two people are that.
Every
low.
time I see the G2 Classic, I think,
That's some
thank God
confidence
I
that we
didn't
haven't
buy
seen
that.
from the likes of Leaf yet, I don't think.
It's so
Artsy and
boring
Mazine
looking.
both so weak.
But he
If they had
TPs
more
out.
of that like glowing red on it, though, it would be cool.
They've got
That's going to keep people there at B, Doug.
Yeah, I think you're right. They've got a trip here as well. Valen falls on the opposite side of the map.
5v3, but two of them are very low.
They just have so much space mid.
I mean, two people are 1 HP.
You just said the truth.
This would be huge.
Now
Leaf
they
getting
win.
onto the first.
This is very doable.
You two
It's
win.
very,
Come on,
very
MIBL.
doable, you're right.
Alright, give me fucking map 1. Sentinels win it.
What's the cue for MIBR to go? See that dart landing on, not tagging anyone. Trent swinging out.
The whiff.
Spotting a little bit of something though,
Yeah,
and
more
buying time. There it is, the first, the second.
Oh,
Trent with a
Why is our guy on 5 HP fucking baiting 2 other people.
What a hold!
That's Trent. He's online, Doug.
Vintage Trent has been this series for him, man.
Why is Trent not playing Sova? Why'd they put him on Viper? Put him back on Sova.
The young superstar. All headshots.
Oh, he's feeling it now.
Yeah.
Remember,
Gets out of the chair.
At the end of Split, it was stoic. No reaction at all. Outlaw back. This time in the hands of Jonah P. No force from MIBR.
2021, Trent. That's
work with
crazy
the
to think that the
Mark my
guard
words.
was 20. Was that 2021?
We have had our fair share of
Have I been
trophies, but this
watching
time
this game for
there's
that
not
long?
even a sheriff invested. It's just classics.
And look at how
No, that was
Sosa
22.
Who's playing this map.
No.
All bases covered right now. Jiggling mid, holding the elbow push. Jonah P. Peeking into B a little bit here and there.
The guard is the reason I started watching you. What was it? That 13-0 video against 100 Thieves?
This is very
Told
smart
you.
from MIBR to not do anything aggro,
Yeah.
especially in an eco round. I think it's a little too obvious, right?
See?
Especially with
That's like a. You're not an
previous
OG,
maps.
Yeah,
but you're
they've
close.
known each other's tendencies. You're right.
Look, here comes the human clone, as I like to call it, or the human drone. I mean, and he's gonna find the craziest time.
Yeah, this is gonna be
geez,
wide.
MIBR.
How is that happening? I mean, you're lucky that
Tries to
it's
get the
happened on
third,
this round,
but
but
he's
not a
double
more
swung.
important
But
one.
damage has been done.
Hey, good on him for getting both, because I feel like when I'm in those positions,
What did I
like,
do
you
before
went, I
Valorant?
get the first and then the second one. I'm like,
I was a wasted youth.
And I think that the best part about what we just saw is
Oh,
that
that
Ned
cracked
can
me
go
up
on a
so
solo
bad.
mission. He just had a ghost, right? You're not
Do
giving
you
up
have
a
a full-time
rifle, you're not
job
giving up
before
any
you start
advantage.
streaming?
Last player standing.
nice shot.
No.
You mentioned
I
it.
had
This
part-time
gun is
jobs.
so strong.
Okay.
In the right hands.
I had part-time. It was just
Especially
well, it was
going
just
into
after
the gun round.
COVID kind of thing.
Yeah, if you can
I just
carry it through,
so
it's
I
massive.
COVID
Yeah,
happened.
You graduated.
That's why you
Yeah,
see
so COVID happened, which
MIBR
extended my
During COVID.
degree.
investing anything into this round.
So
I
Okay.
think they
it
all
was,
want to have.
it was
a full
only
armor
so
going
it's
into next.
literally when did I start? It was
First
probably about
Phase triple duelist place
Couple warning
spots
shots
beats
after
baby
probably
Big
about
base.
6 months of like doing different.
Ever the
part-time
showman has become Trent.
Yeah.
stuff. How old am I? I'm
Take a
now
look at this timing one more time, man.
26 years old.
3 kills.
Oh, Trent is feeling it.
Which
He's actually
feels-
feeling it right now.
Still quite young. I mean to be honest.
All right, but now
How
MIBR
young
punch
do
back.
you
Now
feel,
they have
Elevated?
guns,
Do
they
you
have
still
armor,
feel
they
like
have
you're
util.
18 at heart?
No, not 18, but I do feel pretty young still.
Like 24.
Just a nice
Yeah,
standard
early.
setup here.
I'd say
from
just
MIBR.
after early. Yeah, it's probably like
For G2,
25.
everyone leaning towards his
I have
B side
about
of
the
the map.
same feeling as
Looking
that.
very much like Pistol.
See, I feel probably
The hit actually
in
came
my
through.
heart I'm
It
still
really is,
probably like
same wall.
22, 23.
The gate crash back sight.
When will I
takes it.
consider myself old?
Trip to make sure there's
Probably
nobody
when I
back
am
there. He
old.
takes
What's
some space
old?
on his own, but that trip. Oh my gosh, the flash. He's
Still in it.
The flash was great.
60 I consider like
He does
old.
ultimately fall. FRZ
Yeah.
Then again,
not around for much
my
longer.
dad is
G2
60.
finds space on the side again.
he's
There
gotta be
is
60.
one thing that still has to be cleared, and that's JZZ.
But he's still a human
Patient
being.
with his approach. Keep an eye on that gate crash. It's gone behind
I
enemy
think
lines.
you're truly old when you start really
At that point, it's too far away for a fake
letting it
teleport, so you're just
affect.
gonna stick with it. Trent here.
Yeah, like he's 60, but he still has a
tried,
normal
attempted
life.
a challenge backside
Yeah.
from Martin, does not
You
find
know, it's
success.
not like he's living a
And now a
similar
jump
life.
spot, the
or he
spam
can
out,
live a similar
Bazine
life
dropping
to,
the first.
you know,
Can
when
he
was
find the
40.
second? 42 HP on the outlaw, and it's not going to rattle off another shot. Net in a 1v3. In a decent position for it. First couple bullets go wide. The dink
Nice
is not
MMBR,
enough.
let's go.
Okay. Okay.
When I found how Sideshow was younger than 30.
Given how the series has
Everything-
gone, we
well,
shouldn't
everything
expect
what?
any team to pull
Chain?
away. We should expect this to stay close.
That's facts.
I think
Net
being
had the
bold
craziest kill
does
from
age you
window
up to a
onto
point,
the guy
and then
backside
starts making you
B.
look
I don't know
younger.
who it was. I think it was his counterpart, maybe FRZ.
Balding ages
potentially.
you for sure,
But
especially when
he
you
killed him
pair
with
with a
bulldog from window.
mustache,
Look at
like
this.
Yeah.
mustache
I
from
didn't
the
realize he was tagged
1930s.
still.
Yeah,
Good
he
shot.
just
Right
looks
place,
old
right
because
time, right?
he kind of
Something I want to say
has
is
the facial
MIBR,
of someone who
instead
is
of taking
old.
their time, as the,
You know, he has the
how they
facial
have been, right?
expressions of
Especially
someone
on
who's old
split,
as
how you
well.
saw them in the retake positions, spending
an
so
idiot.
much time setting up the retake, they just go straight for it this time as soon as the bomb drops. So a change of pace on the retake, and that might be
I need
an
a
exciting
stash.
factor.
Well, go full Bren on it.
50-50s we've been
It's
seeing
weird
so
to picture
much.
Bren without a mustache now. But I remember when he first
is.
got it, and I was like,
Util here
what the
towards
fuck
A,
has he done?
Looking like an A hit from G2.
I know, it is weird to think
3
about.
people here.
'cause, like,
Dart gets broken.
what does he even look
Gosh,
like without a
RGL gets
mustache? But
destroyed.
surely I've seen it before.
But they continue to trade.
Can't
Mazine
picture
pushing
it.
into the pit, pushing into Trent's crosshair,
Round over.
and pushing himself into the next round. You're right.
Simple breeze A hit.
Am I
Viper
content with
all
getting
down on the
socks
left
as a
side.
gift? Honestly, yeah, because I don't buy clothes very often, so,
You know, it's actually funny. While Net is getting these exit kills,
you know.
which looks like he's gonna get
Socks
both.
always get lost in the
JZZ
water.
Too good.
Was that your first caster curse? I
Yeah.
think that might have been
True.
your very first
Yeah.
one.
The
But what I
fucking
wanted to say
sock
was,
gnomes.
I actually
They
had
always take
a
one
talk with
so
Net after one of their off-season games.
ferry it away to
where
the
they were actually
underground
Viper ulting the right
cave
side of the A
underneath the
site.
washing machine.
And I DM'd him. I was like, yo, why are you guys investing this ult on the right side when if you do the left, the retake is so much harder for the enemy team? And it's nice. It's just nice seeing them.
TMV, I have
make
some
that
bad news for
adaptation
you.
here
Go
There
on.
you go.
when it truly matters.
And you saw
think
how
I'm gonna leave.
effortless it looked.
Yeah.
Okay.
So G2 off of that clean hit, get a 2-round
I think
lead.
I've
They
watched
carry
too
a
much
couple weapons
Valorant,
into
and
the
I'm
next
gonna go
round.
play
There's money
Magic
for
cards
days.
and interact with other people.
Beautiful entry from Leaf here.
I mean, that's a choice you can make. That's fine.
This is why this ult is so good. Give them that right side.
Yeah.
Who cares?
But
Play the
also,
bomb
we
and
already
control
know the
time.
outcome.
Control
Sentinels
the angles where they can creep
is
up
going to
closer
playoffs.
you, right?
Yes.
And potentially get an
Those
upset.
are your
peak.
parting words.
G2 up with 3
What
of the
deck do you
last
play?
JZZ.
I'm
the
gonna
one
go
with the
play
hero
draft.
rifle. You know, it's really
Because
the
that's
team
much
who's
more
been
fun.
Definitely worth it.
Playing the hot
Yeah.
hand.
In person,
Okay.
Yeah.
G2 finds out that KO
you can't complain.
is playing towards the B site. That causes
Yeah.
them to
Being social
take
is
aggression
is
in
important.
this Hall's area.
I need some human interaction after staring at
You wonder here too,
digital
they don't
people
know
for
who's
the
on the other side of
last 2
Cascade, but they heard
weeks.
3 sets of footsteps because of the Oraclunk.
Gosh.
Fallon
Not a real
Falls, how
Val
much
incel?
attention
Correct.
do they pay to that? JCC getting tagged.
And with some of these fights, like,
Correct.
I feel like it should go the way
But yeah,
of G2.
I'll talk to
with Fallon.
you
I feel like he
soon.
has
We'll
the
organize
advantage there,
Cosmic
but
Divide. If you need
JZZ
more
just so on
sanity
point. Gets the insta headshot.
during the watch parties, feel free to call me.
He just silent jumped over that. Oh
I will.
my gosh.
Okay, goodbye.
Alright.
And the cam's
Wait, let's
cleared.
make this
Now
as
they know
awkward
that
as
someone's
possible.
up.
Revealing area.
I miss you.
RGL having to dance around this drone, or dart, excuse me, and then drop a spit to protect himself. JCZ's timing gorgeous.
Goodbye.
Remember, he's the
Goodbye.
only one who had a rifle. And now it's a 4v3. Blades
Well, that
online
was
for
sad,
Artine as
wasn't
well.
it?
He's going to be showing up a little bit late.
He has updraft.
What did
Yeah, he's
Mike
going to be able
message
to get
me
over
for
that
on
trip. You're right.
Oh yeah, sure.
Hunter sure used.
30
Net,
seconds
a
left.
dead man walking.
Shota P needs to go huge here.
Round A.
Can he do it? 70 HP. Trent joining in, but the clock is ticking. The walls are closing in. You feel the pressure
Remaining.
as Artine strikes.
Thrifty.
Another Thrifty. And 4 on the round for the guy who had the hero rifle.
This is not real. Can we get a thrifty counter? Can we get a stat?
Okay, I might be all win a
Wow,
thrifty.
Can we get a stat of the thrifties this series? Like, this is
Oh, look who's
nuts.
here. Everyone's favorite chat is here, everyone.
Honestly,
The
just off
100
of all
gifted man
JZZ,
himself.
Like,
I say man.
he's
Boy.
so gifted. He wants to win so bad, and you can see it in his gameplay. He created all the space, all the plays for his team there. Even getting utility kills. Sova all kill. There's been 5 thrifties
I'm
in
becoming
this
VTuber?
series.
That's
No.
wild. It feels like there have been 500.
And it's not like, you know, it's not like the teams that are getting thrifted are trying to. They're actually trying their best not to get thrifted.
Yeah, they're not playing it arrogantly.
get his
You're
money
right.
back?
It's just the mechanical prowess of both these teams.
Not that I know.
Being able to have like star
Yeah,
players
just
show up
me
at the
and
right
you guys.
time and not be afraid to take those timings.
Wait, Dekai, did you get a gifted from Torsi? Are you one of the chosen
be-
few?
Insane. If
My
MIBR
mum
starts
is
stringing
stressing
around back
hella.
together again.
Dude,
Yeah,
Almost
you are
350,
young.
man.
oh, and what's crazy is on this map alone, we've had 3 of them. No wonder it seems like there have been so many.
Will I watch the Sentinels games?
And this map, just the nature of it.
I mean,
there's a
it's
lot
getting
of
pretty
places
late.
you
If
can
G2
lurk at. There's a
win,
lot of aim
I
dueling,
probably-
so it is no surprise that there is
G2
more
win,
thrifties on a map like this
win
than
like-
others.
Sure.
I'm not
because of how
streaming
open
tomorrow.
it is.
I guess I could.
And the type of gunfights that there are. A lot of long-range gunfights, a lot of close quarters
I guess I
combat as
could.
well. at the same time when you get down to the sites.
I'm really hoping MIBR win.
And
Then
so the
they'll
heat
be
continues to
good.
rise on the situation. G2 with 1 round lead.
Revealing area.
We're getting closer and closer
If
to the
Sen
end of
win,
the
like,
series.
if Sen destroy
And with it, the pressure.
G2 in map 1,
Only
which they
gets heavier.
probably will,
Yeah, I'd be worried
then I
too.
might be like, huh.
I'm waiting for the day we see somebody actually try with
me
a fake Yoru clone.
Me too.
No,
I
this is
hope
my
it ends
full-time job.
In
Riddle
disaster for
Snap.
that person. 'Cause I don't wanna
Between
see that
this,
rank.
streaming, Ascend, and YouTube, it all adds
Jonah
up.
P with the drone trying to get some info B.
Beach.
Meanwhile, they have a harbor wall that's gone A. And it looks like it's just noise. Drawing out any utility they
My
may.
mom
draw
actually
some
loves me.
rotations,
I mean,
but
she loves you
MIBR
less.
Patient.
Cage triggered.
She probably
The
thinks you're
Yoru
quite
confirming
dumb.
That's where the hit is headed. They've already gotten backside, and it's all info for him. He flashes, he stays. 85 HP, dealing with the fight backside.
Oh,
And Trent's there to save the day.
And I was gonna say Trent needs to go huge here, and he does.
Boy, did he.
she loves you less is crazy.
Is this the moment where we finally get some separation in this series?
Okay, come on, MIBR, just
Is
win.
this when G2 can pull away?
I think G2 is gonna need to win this next round, or even hunt for both of these.
Money
guns
is not
because
tight,
Kami
money
still
is
looking
loose.
decent
Well,
for
then just keep.
MIBR.
Well, then don't even try and
they should have
refund
a
it.
full
Just
buy
give me
going
the
into this
100
next
subs.
round, especially if both these guns are saved.
Support your local
not, though,
streamer.
FRZ will be stuck with probably a stinger and who knows how many trips, or a classic, who knows.
The tough thing is about hunting on this map is that there's so many places for people to hide.
Yeah.
Oh, they found where
But
one
I am
is.
broke.
Uh-oh.
Well, what do you mean then?
He's gonna get taken out here.
Oh. He's so close. They're still hunting, but they've gotten together.
Better run, brother.
Is the spam gonna land?
The MV takes money from children.
And so the narrowest of margins keep our
mean,
team
look,
with the op into the next
I
round.
didn't do anything.
This
I didn't
fight
do
backside
shit.
was insane.
All off of that Yoru ult from Leaf.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to shoot people. Just
You
his
mean
presence
TMB
alone and the info
scammer?
that he gathers gives Trent enough time to actually
You
peek in
can't
the
be
spawn, make sure his
gaslighting
back is
me
clear
into thinking
before
this is
killing the
somehow
people-
my
the people
fault.
on site.
I think he did such a
You
good job
gifted
of
100 subs because you wanted to see how much it cost.
Just caused so many problems
And then
for our
what?
team
You
with
just
the op.
thought,
Aggressive!
you thought, oh, I'll click
lands
this
on
button
the
that
leaf.
says agree and
And,
accept
like,
to pay.
He's so known for this first shot that he takes.
Yeah.
He always hits that flick, it seems like, but he always stays for too long.
This time sticking around.
Still
Harbor
can't believe
utility
that's
once
why you
again,
did
eh?
it.
I want to see him move. I want
I
to see
think
him
that's just such a funny
rotate
reason to
this
do.
op, show another spot,
To see how much it costs.
especially when we're droning down mid like that. I would have loved to see Artson take that mid space. He probably would have caught Trent right here. Look, Trent just walking up for free. Could have gotten ahead of the smoke potentially.
And I think they just heard Mazine jump spotting.
Oh, Trent.
Oh, he's tucked. They know the op is still here, but I think the question is, did it rotate?
Right
Given
here.
how much time has elapsed, given how silent it's been, did it rotate?
They have the drone for it.
And the Cove,
Great
patience.
Cove on top of it. Oh, he's gonna grab Harbor ult.
Oh, they didn't check
The
the
Reckoning.
flank.
And the Reckoning. He's gotten ahead of it.
Oh,
There
Harbor
it is.
actually
Trent
helped
falls.
MIBR.
Our team trying to dash around the pulses of the ult. Staying alive for now. Neural theft online. JCZ from up top. Does he drop?
Oh my
It's
god.
our team who does. He's still around them. He still hasn't given his position away. He's still trying to hold the site by himself.
It's just chaos everywhere.
They
RGL
killed
falls.
everyone else
Do
but
they know
him.
that
How?
JCZ is there? Net falls now. Given away. A 1v2, 13 seconds left. They've got to move forward.
Oh my god, how's he won that? How's he won it? How has he won it?
Again, what a superstar. Bailing his team out time and time again.
Dude, he was there for so long.
You guys was pure chaos. And
Pizzalia, thanks for the
It
10
seemed
months.
like G2 had such a
It's
control
been a
of the
long time.
situation. They
Without you, my
understood the
friend.
ult was still there. They cove to grab the Harbor ult. But amongst all the chaos, he's just free.
Oh, and that's cold. A wave across the stage.
I mean, that's basically a thrifty, no? Come on, man.
Still a 1-round lead for G2. The buy not great.
Tripwire destroyed.
Dealing with some of the trips. The camp spotting a lot. The spam not connecting. Little
Or
bit of
retake
damage
B.
done, but that's all it is for now. Just a threat of what could potentially be on the other side.
Now, I touched
Interesting
earlier
harbor
on
wall they
how MIBR was speeding up their retakes. But this time, giving a little bit too much time, I think.
Netzel has a rifle. Are we due for another Thrifty?
We've seen time and time again that when G2 has the setup for the post plant, they tend to win it.
Artine with the flash, peeking backside and dropping
Nice.
2.
Whoa.
But they still have those 2 rifles. Never mind, it's just one now as the other one.
10-10. Come on,
harmlessly hits the
MIBR.
ground.
Win this.
To the surprise of nobody, we're tied again.
This is such a pleasure to watch. Both teams just giving it their all.
I
Give it a
mentioned this
Viper's bit.
yesterday.
Fire with fire.
I mentioned this yesterday. This tournament format demands excellence. And when you've got backs against the ropes, nothing is hidden, nothing is saved.
I mean, MIBR are already out.
And so the dance continues, a tit for tat these last couple of rounds. Just when we thought it was G2
They're
who was
doing
gonna
it
create
for
some
sassy.
separation, MIBR refusing to relent.
Have I tried Lamb? Of
When are we
course.
going to see the next corner step in, Doug? When is that timeout going to come?
Here.
Perhaps this next round for either
Oh no,
way.
we got mod
I
disagreement.
don't know how it goes. Artine has the op. Now note, there was a dart that tagged a little bit. A flash to swing out.
Nice,
What a
Mazzy.
change of pace.
And Leaf was a little late to it. He tried
He
to
saw him.
help take the fight. The op shot lands for Artine. Leaf is still there. The second not connecting. Cloudburst to provide some cover as he repositions.
That flick looks so close. That was almost right on target.
It was. Numbers MIBR. Op still in the hands of the duelist. Still trained.
G2 knows.
Oh, I thought he was going to peek ahead of it. He doesn't have a dash or anything like that, so he can't play it as aggressively as he would normally. Tag just a bit.
Bomb will be going down here.
Spike planted.
Do they play their post? Trent has ult and a shock. If Trent can get away to safety, there's a shot at this.
Right here.
He has drone.
Or Jonah P, excuse me.
Don't get why he's in this
So
position.
smart from FRZ, but I feel like
Yeah.
again, maybe taking a little bit too much time. That shock dart is perfect.
Oh, that's...
Trying to create chaos for Leaf.
And he finds some success. But there's the pace. There's the flank from FRZ.
Nice from MIBR. Good retake. Gonna be a save for G2, probably, maybe.
What a
12
change of
hours?
pace
Yeah,
from
we're almost at
MIBR
13.
On this round, deciding
We'll
to go
probably be
back
going,
on
what,
A. This is
14,
what we
15?
saw on Sunset.
on
That's
10.
why they took the game away from G2's hands. And speaking of corners, looks like
Timeout called.
timeout has been called.
We need MIBR to win this though,
Gosh,
so
that
then
shot
just
on
need
Trent
to
was
win map
close.
1 and we're chill.
Almost hits the
close.
second two.
That was so close, man.
And I think they did a really good job of, like you were saying, trying to instill
Our MIBR
chaos and
good
trying to
now.
create some disruption
Good
for
is
Leaf
an
to move
overstatement.
back.
They are now okay.
Just wasn't enough. That late lurk from FRZ proved to be the difference maker.
Too tough of an ask in that 3v4.
So they put timeouts in rank?
man.
Absolutely not.
Now this is G2's final
Sito,
timeout. MIBR still has one
I'm gonna
left.
ban you
So
soon
we'll see
if
how
you
the
keep
rest of the
asking.
half plays out. But a one-round lead for MIBR.
And I definitely feel
Why are
like
MIBR out?
G2 is aware
Because MIBR have
that
lost
RZ
3 maps and it's not
has
possible
not
for
really
Sentinels
been
to
that
lose
mobile
3
with the
maps.
operator. Where he shows is where he stays in the round.
That's true.
And I like that they are trying to hit his site because you can overwhelm an opper very well, but he's been doing a really good job of just staying alive and creating his own little chaos with his jet smokes and even just pop shots that he's been shooting here and there.
Hey, he still has that op. Blades is back up if need be.
Is the Carlos in your
See how
chat
things pan
Ocelot?
out.
No,
RGL
but
with
they
the
probably
pit.
wish they were.
G2 staring at a deficit.
They're more right wing.
I wonder right now if I'm MIBR, am I investing my Viper pit onto this A main area? But it doesn't look like he will.
No, he's too far
What?
back.
That was
Instead,
a joke.
aggressive updraft in mid.
Oh my gosh!
Are you kidding?
That wasn't off the dart.
And who was it against? It was
I don't
against
know.
Trent,
I don't
who's been
know
so
Carlos's,
crucial for G2.
Political views.
That's cold.
Yo, this kid is really awakened.
All I know is that he uses Peepo Hay every time he enters the chat. He just
Advantage
uses
MIBR.
Peepo Hay. That's
We
a
got a
high
cascade
PMV.
that's headed towards A to try to throwing a little misdirection. But the spike and everyone that's left on G2 is turning their attention towards
They
B.
forced. They did force. Which, I mean, looking at it, probably was the right choice. You got 3 rifles.
Still shows that everyone's leaning towards the B side of the map, and I think that's why now you see G2 bringing it back. They understand they need to at least sell the A pressure a little bit more to keep 3 people
Quality
here.
level of this match, it's been like entertaining because it's close.
Yeah,
Like
they
it's
don't
been
know that.
close and therefore entertaining, but I don't think it's been
problem,
like
right?
super high
G2
quality.
they didn't have anybody in that vicinity. They don't know that he doesn't have drone. They're not aware that he cleared halls. And it looks like this fake.
Just a little bit more, a little bit of doubling down.
It will keep 3 people here. Yeah, but the dart clears out everything.
And
They
so
understand.
the cascade and the
Oh!
fake TP, they don't bite on it. Artsing getting another with the blades.
Do you have
He's
time?
one tapping everybody.
And G2 again, they've been thrown into the wind, having to reposition, having to dig deeper. Plan B, plan C. And with 13 seconds left, there's really no time to reconsider now. They've got to get out onto the side, and RGL holds
Wow,
the
RGL,
lead
nice.
again.
Match
So
point,
MIBR looks like they. I mean, this should be a pretty bad buy. Guardians, they do have a harbor.
with some crazy shots from Artisan. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This is unbelievable.
The dash as well is kind of insane.
The
And this, to
crazy
be
jet.
honest.
2 1-taps with the jet knives.
10 seconds left.
We've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for a performance like this from Artisan. Finally delivering. We've seen how
Oh, they got a
aggressive he can
Euro
be.
as well. Harbor Euro.
Always getting punished after getting 1 or 2.
Viper's Pit on B. Ooh.
He's so
Did they
dialed
see
in, he almost
both?
off the jump spot, Doug.
So they're gonna go here. What? They're just gonna run
And
away
so,
from him and come to a Viper's
I've just
Pit?
been told
They do have Euro.
that regardless of how this shakes out, because of tiebreaker rules, MIBR is done with their tournament run.
Oh my gosh.
Regardless of how things shake out.
Doug, we knew this months ago.
Oh, what a turn
That
of
is so
events.
sad. One map being the difference here.
The round differential is just so great that it doesn't matter. You can't imagine that they know that in this situation they're going to continue to fight their
Oh
damnedest.
my god. What?
Try to continue to pop off.
Exactly where you
And they got Trent.
And it unfortunately will not be a victor's cheer at the end of this.
30 seconds left.
What a tragic end to an otherwise ridiculous series.
They played so well.
But it was just too little too late. And so G2 will walk away with this in a drastic turn of events. Again, the tiebreaker rules proved to be the difference maker. The round differential was just too great. And even with MIBR winning this series, they're out of the game.
What a series, Doug. And I think MIBR has proven that they deserve to be there with the best. Barely not making it. But they should hang their heads up high, Doug. Because they played phenomenal Valorant today. And G2
A win is a win. A win is a win.
Regain their mental, bro.
Well, I think once they find out that all is good,
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna matter. I'm not keeping a buck with you. I can't help but wonder if MIBR know. There's no way they could have been told in that moment.
It's gonna be heartbreaking backstage.
Handshake and fist bumps come through.
So happy. Great Valorant being played from MIBR.
Oh yeah, phenomenal performance.
A lot to look forward to in the season. Yeah, they're not going to be making Madrid, but I think they won over a lot of fans from this series. And respect, a lot of respect has been won.
Plenty of cheers from the MIBR faithful.
Do they know? I mean, as soon as they lost the map, they were out. They were out midway through the last
All
map.
around. And if Artisan can maintain that level of super
That's what I mean. Like,
they might be a force to be reckoned with.
you know, in EMEA they knew,
In future
right? Like in
tournaments.
EMEA they were ahead of the game. They were on top of like, you know, what was going on. But
Now G2.
So, G2. They need
Kind of getting bailed out, man.
a 2-0.
What a dramatic turn of events.
Any 2-0, they're through.
This guy, man, he had such
Sen?
a map.
I mean, he snapped, but
One map.
again, it was because of how bad they got.
As long as they win one map,
in their first
they're good.
series that we find
There is a
ourselves in this
possibility,
position.
like we had in EMEA earlier,
And
that
so
Sen
then,
go
even though
1-0
they
up.
walk away with the win,
They have to play a second map,
we're
but
gonna have
the
to
second
say
map
goodbye
is
to MIBR.
literally fucking worth nothing.
So weird.
No, G2 don't need a slaughter
circumstance,
because
but-
they've won one map. Right, so
That's how it goes, man. Unforgiving.
what will happen
That's
here
been
for
the theme of
G2
this
is if they win 2-0, their map record will be
bracket.
3-2.
Format is
Sen's
brutal,
map record
and
will be
once again, the
2-2.
format takes another. So again, even though MIBR walk away with the win,
Just taking souls.
So
they're
any
out of the
2-0
tournament.
is
We have to say
G2 are
goodbye
fine.
to MIBR.
Should have carried the logs, Doug.
If G2 would have lost 2-0 to
They had plenty
MIBR,
of
yes, they would have
highlight
needed to
moments. They had plenty of
slaughter
awesome
Sentinels. They would have
opportunities. You
needed
mentioned
to
it. They won
destroy
over a
them
lot of
2-0.
fans.
Yeah.
They had some
And, like,
outrageous
not even be
performances.
close.
Argene's the truth. RGL is insane. That whole roster
What if
has a
G2
lot
win
to look forward
2-1?
to.
Stole
But
the words out of my mouth, Doug.
If
It just
G2
wasn't
win
enough. It wasn't enough
2-1,
against Sentinels. Unbelievable.
then
so, even though G2 loses,
Sentinels
it's actually
round
Elizabeth
diff
who's
would
standing
be-
by with Trent
I mean,
for the
I
losers
guess
interview,
in a
winners interview?
way.
I don't know. Elizabeth, take it away.
Like, Sentinels round if is so hard. I
Thank you
guess
so much. We're here for the Verizon post.
I guess they could 13-0 them, 13-0
And
them.
again, I want to reiterate, while
Wait,
MIBR
if it's
did
2-1.
win, they have
No. If it's
been
2-1, then
eliminated.
G2 would be
So
3-3.
Trent, you can still make it to Madrid.
Sentinels would be
you still have a
3-2.
chance to do it. I know you want to be with your team, so very quickly. Tens did say it'd be pretty easy to face you both.
They just need one map.
Thoughts?
Hey, we'll see right now. We're about to play.
All right.
That's all I can say.
Oh, okay.
Let the game talk.
Well, to be fair, Sentinels smell blood in the water. You have a very far climb, uphill battle to make it to even just qualify to Madrid. Is that scary? Is that like a heck yeah, bring it on?
I think we've been through this
No,
before,
Taku, it doesn't
and
matter.
We just gotta stick to our roots and, play how we play, and that's it.
Doug said during the cast that this tournament demands excellence.
This
Every
is very
single
weird.
mistake
She's
is punished.
interviewing the loser.
Every
Why don't
single
they do an
great
interview with
moment is
MIBR?
taken So far.
Like, just say, oh,
Talking
you didn't
about
make
right
it
now.
through, but you
Right
put
now,
on
you
such a
have to
good
be
show.
perfect, Trent, in order to win and make it to Madrid. Or even just
Wow,
to
you
qualify
must be,
to
you know,
Madrid.
you've
Can
improved
do
so
it?
much from
I
last
think we
year.
All right.
Like, why are we interviewing
Well,
a
Trent
fucking
can be
the guy who
perfect.
just lost?
Can
Like, let them
G2
prep.
be perfect? I don't know. We'll see. But G2 and Sentinels are next. Thank you so much, Trent. Give it up for Trent. Amazing performance. And also give it up for MIBR for an incredible run. And now we're going to throw to a break, everyone. So stay right there. Grab some water, grab some snacks, because we have G2 and Sentinels. And it's going to
Yay,
be fun. Stay
Sentinels
right
are
there,
back.
okay?
Sentinels. Does Sen get eliminated? No, they're gonna win the first map and that'll be it. Yes, Sentinels need one map and they are chilling. If this says a 1 here, they are chilling. So the second map might be just a troll map, don't know. It wasn't super troll in EMEA, to be fair.
This is
But could be
Heritage.
trolling. Sentinels might troll it.
What a grueling match to watch that was. God, I hope this game is entertaining and over quickly.
Apollo03, thanks for the 17 months. I mean, it kind of got entertaining to me, right? Like, games are... Like, if games are close, like split at the end, like, it gets entertaining, right? Like, that game got close towards the end. It got somewhat entertaining. To me, like, as long as games are close, no matter the teams, I think it's somewhat interesting. Because then it's like, ooh, who's going to win? I still got 2,000 words left, so I need this to go to 3 maps. No, if it's 2-0, like, if G2 win 2-0, right, they've won 3 maps. And Sen will have won 2. Oh, you can't see it behind my head. If this is 2-0, 3 to 2. If this is 2-1, then both on 3, but you've only lost 2 for Sentinels, whereas they would have lost 3. So we're only on map. The rounds don't matter. The rounds don't matter anymore. It's just who wins the maps. Map veto. I'll do it in a second. No, a foul or a 3 doesn't matter. It's just, you can count the maps. If this is a 2-1 to G2, G2 will have lost 2 maps to MIBR. They will have won 3 maps, right? 1 against MIBR, 2 against Sentinels. But they will have lost 3 maps. 2 to MIBR, 1 to Sentinels. Sentinels will have won 2-0 versus MIBR and 1 against G2, so 3. But they will have only lost 2 to G2, so 2. So Sen would go through. As soon as Sen get to 13 on a map, unless it's overtime, I guess, it's Jova. There you go. Have I eaten dinner? I have. Very long time ago. I'm now into... We're almost coming up on hour 14 of the stream. Which is great. I think my longest stream was somewhere in the 13 hours. So I think this is going to be my longest continuous stream. I think yesterday, overall, I streamed more. Yesterday would have been more overall streaming, but...
It's Sentinels versus
we're gonna do host?
G2 Esports. I'm Geek Heavy back at it again with my boys right here, Balla and Wyatt. How y'all doing? I'm surprised I didn't scare y'all away yesterday with all those ridiculous puns I was making.
We had to come back for more, for me personally.
Yeah, no, it's honestly, it was like GB never left. It really did. It was basically the exact same joke, exact same pun.
Best takeaway, pizza or kebabs? I'd say pizza.
I mean, you know,
basically.
Yeah, and now we got G2. We're gonna
I think Sen's Lotus looked good against the 100 Thieves.
Just jump right into it, shall we? Because I'm.
You're talking about the Sen 100 Thieves games? Do you know how many games I've watched since Sentinels 100 Thieves? Are you kidding me?
2-0 win over MIBR, only giving
Is this a joke?
13 rounds total. Yeah. Now Tins and Zek, and they performed in game 1. Ball. Like I think the question I gotta ask you is, what the Zek is up with?
Many teams use Deadlock like a pseudo fade seize. I mean, we have seen one tier 1 Deadlock.
From him?
Yeah, this guy was a
And even then, they don't even use the fade seize correctly. A lot of them.
He was crazy good, and I mean they dominated. That's the reason
Like,
why you had that whole conversation at the end of last.
Melon, you'll know. You're a clever guy, Melon. Tell me this. I aren't trolling to say that a fade seize paired with a gecko mosh pit will kill someone. Right? I'm not trolling with that. Oh, Carlos, you're here. We were talking about you. It will. See, there you go. Like, literally. See, Carlos is there. Look, what does he do? He fucking peepo hey. TMVs me. What did I say? Someone asked if you were the same Carlos as G2 Carlos, and I said that you were more right wing. I'm a socialist. Is Carlos? Is Portugal in? Are you in my time zone, or are you in the Spain time zone? I think you're in my time zone, right? You joined us. That alliance from the fucking 1300s or whatever. Isn't that a bit weird? What about the people who live in Spain but are like just above Portugal? That's a bit weird, no? You can go north and end up in a different time zone. That's a bit odd. What the fuck is the map veto, Predo? I haven't even done it yet. Canada man, what are you doing? I know China has one time zone. The same with France and the UK? I guess so, yeah. But it's not over land. Crossing the sea just makes it feel a bit different. What was long, 100 Thieves versus Sen or the 1300s? Honestly, it feels like 100 Thieves versus Sen. What was I talking about before? I honestly can't fucking remember. What was I talking about before? Someone asked a question and then Carlos distracted me. Oh yeah, the fucking geckos, the C's fucking gecko. Is there any reason you can think that teams aren't using those things together? Considering they cover a massive area. Like, why are teams not, like... What? I have literally... There's been quite a few games of Fade Gecko. There's been, like, quite a few games where teams have played Fade Gecko together. And I haven't seen it once. C's combos overrated anyway? Are they? I feel like free kills is quite good. Don't want initiators together? What, if we're doing a fast exec? Oh, I'm talking about on attack mainly, to be honest. I'm talking about on attack more so than the defense. Who's the best initiator? That's a good question, actually. Who is the best initiator right now? That's a good question. I'll let you all debate that. That's a good question. Not player, the actual agents. I agree on Leo.
Don't have this.
Right, I'll
this
do the
is
map
worst
veto.
analysis. Take it away.
Well,
I was about to say something even worse. I was about to give this like ESPN horrible psychological.
What was Sen banning?
Take it away.
Take it away. Thank you. I will accept it. But I can't believe what you're saying about G2. What do you mean? There's no magic there? I think there's some magic there,
Where
right?
was the magic?
What did you see what they did to the crewman show? They said good night to them.
That was oh my god. Listen, at least, honestly, we're bringing a higher level of puns than I'm used to.
Yeah.
No, if I'm being real, I mean, he's on top of the pun game.
I'm sorry,
Undisputed.
it's just the way my brain works.
Silly and GB, old news. They're out. They're out of here. And I don't even know what they're
Lotus?
Oh yeah, the magic. There's no magic.
Why am I on MIBR?
There's no magic.
We just watched the series.
Lotus?
We've been talking all weekend about how they're winning, but they're losing.
Look at that's me being tired right there. I'm clicking on
I
fucking
feel like it's the same thing. I feel like literally they just
MIBR.
lost. So
Well, they're just gonna pick split.
And even when they were winning in this game
And
against
G2 are
MIBR,
just gonna
it's not a knock. MIBR are great. It's not a knock on either team.
Honestly,
but their winning was so
Sunset.
labored. It was every round they won, they were clawing
Oh, did
for
they
it.
lose
There was
Sunset? Yeah,
never
they
a
did.
point in
Maybe
any
they
of these
don't
maps
pick
where it
Sunset.
felt easy.
I will say, Akeem, I think there was magic in that last game. I think
Maybe
there
they
was. I
pick
think MIBR was actually
Ascent.
just better than the rest of the teams that you actually saw G2 play. And so for that, I'm kind of knocking it back. I'm really reevaluating the relative strength
Send
between all the
pick.
different teams. And I don't think it's there right now for G2. They
Send
have to step
ban.
up huge. I mean,
Do they
this
not
is
like
not even
breathe?
a situation where, the stakes are as high as possible for them.
100%, yeah. And I
Send
like
like
being one of
Breeze.
the newest, new to the league. I feel like they definitely have a lot to prove, and they've really been pushing the teams that they've gone up against like to the limits.
you
Like we
ban-
saw like double overtime with EG. We saw that earlier
I
today
think you'll
as
trust
well.
your
We saw
Sunset.
another
I think we'll get
overtime from
Sunset
them. So
map
I don't
3.
know. I feel like they definitely
And
are
we'll get
hungry. But let's switch gears. Let's talk about
whatever
the
this fucking map
IGLs, because
is.
the pressure is on for both of the
Fine.
IGLs today, because it's been
Yeah, you
a
pick
long
Sunset
time
over
since
binding
their
against them.
respective teams have qualified for a global event.
Oof.
Paula, how many days has it been since their last qualification game? Break this down for us.
I mean, it's been a while, right?
Yeah.
For Sentinels, it's all the way back to that old roster, the legendary
I'm
one back in
zombified?
2021.
Fuck
for
you.
Champions, for G2, it's
Hold on. I
similar,
need to
right? I
get
mean,
some energy.
It's insane. I think
know
it was
that
Masters
does not
ranking in
mean
2022,
cocaine.
so it's been a long time. And that's the thing, too. When you talk about how this team, G2 in particular,
It means a
is
cookie.
new to the league, they are, that's true. But I was just thinking to myself, like, that's not what they're thinking about, because for them, they've made it to international tournaments before. They made it to
100%.
Reykjavik. That's where they ended up, like, getting knocked down and really punched. And they had that amazing run as rookies, but now it's kind of like they're back in that same position, and it feels like they're failing right now, and I think that pressure might be slightly getting to them, or at least creeping into their heads.
It's funny to say failing. It's just because our expectations for them are so high. And even when it doesn't feel like we live in a magical world, it's still that consistent base they have is still keeping them so competitive with these teams that we're really getting a lot of respect for, like MIBR, right? And that's just the base. That is what the foundation they've built over, the last 700 days since that qualification. So
Yeah, well, you know what? Today, we've got a great head-to-head matchup. The veteran Saucy versus Jonah P, who's been playing just freaking out of his mind. But I think he had to have been in his mind because, he was pretty laser-focused at times, right? Wyatt, what would you say?
I mean, Jonah has still been the best player for me for G2 in this tournament. I mean, you could argue lead back and forth. It's one of the other. They've both been fantastic, but big respect to Jonah. And on the other side, listen, it really tells the tale of how crazy Sen were earlier, that they finally broke the Saucy never wins on Sova curse. It finally happened. That's how good they were today. And Saucy has been great this tournament, too.
You can't have Sova slash
There was
Fade.
always some criticism towards this guy, but
Yeah, I feel like it's been a resurgence for him, honestly.
sure.
I think
Totally.
every time they play Ascent, they finally got that win today. I feel like he's been stomping with that Odin. I think he's been really holding it down in the anchor position. And I think matching up against Jonah P here, I honestly... I rate the tech for Jonah P, especially on Sunset or something like that.
Yeah.
But I rate the firepower for Saucy. This guy is always I don't know, man. He's one of those guys that you watch him play and you look at the aim and stuff like that, and you're like, what the heck? How? It doesn't look that he doesn't look that good, but then he has 30 kills. You know what I mean? That's Saucy in a nutshell for me. And he is at that level
Just a normal
or higher
chocolate chip
than the
cookie.
2022 loud type of thing. He's at least equal to that, and that is fantastic. That's what they needed all last year, to be honest. But it's the role stuff that went through. It's all the changes that really held him down, I think, last year.
Yeah, so now, because again, we're pitting these two against each other. Look at them, they're huge. Now, I got to ask you both, who do you got, right? Because do we think Saucy's going to be saucing all over the competition in this match, or do we think Jonah P is going to, can I say?
No. Whatever you're going to say, don't say.
What? I didn't even.
I don't know. The fact that you paused
This
yourself,
is
I'm just trying to save
Valorant.
you. It's day 2.
Heritage.
I got to go with Saucy.
Team needs to cook it up with 5 controllers. It would
I'm
work.
with you. I'm with Saucy as well. This guy is a beast.
Meeb.
Jonah P is somebody who's also a beast, but
Thanks
Saucy's
for
a little
13
bit more
months.
consistent, I'd say. Right? I think just round by round, he's getting value. I think for me, if I'm IGLing against Saucy, that guy is. I'm never going to his site. Honestly, that's the type of thing I'm doing. Whereas Jonah P, I'm kind of working around it.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely have to wait and see. Now, G2's core have played
I'm
together
always
for
hitting Saucy's
years.
side.
Earlier, we sat down with Leaf to talk about what it's like to join such a tight-knit squad.
It's always going to be different to join a new team with new people that you're not really familiar with. Just knowing the little things about them and the little things about them as a player and how they are as teammates, basically. It's just about finding your place in the team.
A lot of players about to be meeting each other. It's all Leaf in the feed, fills up with red.
So fitting in Leaf into the team was a bit of a slow process, I would say. Some of his tendencies or game style was a bit different from ours. He was just more aggressive player, took more risks, and maybe slight over peaks here and there. Maybe on his previous rosters, he had to do more, be kind of like that X factor. And so we're trying to keep that aggressive, confident style in him, but also integrate it into our very structured system. What made us so good in Challengers was that we kind of fit like a glove. Everyone trusted each other to just get the job done as a team and not individually. And so for Nate to come
Do you
and fit
think
in, I would say
that
he
the
had
team who's
to
playing the second
understand
game in a
the
row should
process
decide
and
who's
our
team A
vision
and
of the
team
game,
B?
and how he doesn't need to make
yeah, that might be a
some big
decent idea.
plays, or he doesn't need to take the extra peak or
Oh.
whatever, and just trust that we're gonna win together.
What do you do for the first game? Just flip a coin again? The only problem with that is that you obviously don't. The team who has the break, but then again, I guess you could say that the team with the break has an advantage. So yeah,
I don't think he
I would
gets
say
enough
that's probably
credit
fair.
for how skilled and how great he is.
I think under the structure of G2, under everyone's support, you're gonna see that this guy could easily be the best player in the world.
How many minutes till the match starts? Probably will start 5 minutes, I would guess. Couple minutes.
Well, there you have it. A little bit more.
I mean, they won't
on
want to keep
Leaf.
people
What
too
are our
long
thoughts
because they've
here
already
at
been
the
going
desk
for a
of
while.
Leaf?
Yeah, I mean, best player in the world is a tall thing, but
Yeah.
I think he
I
was
mean,
up
what?
there
We're
last year
on.
in the,
When did they
in the
start? They
conversation.
started
I
at
think
8.
absolutely throughout the
So we're
Cloud9
2,
run
so
with
that's
Americas.
what? They've already been on
he
for
was
6 hours,
insane,
so
and people were putting
yeah,
him
they'll
with
probably
Osmos.
want to.
Like literally, that was the two people I think we
get
were
it
talking
going.
about throughout the regular season.
Yeah, they were the two best statistically duelists, basically, all of last season.
Until Demon 1 entered.
I
the
think Sen will
conversation
win.
during playoffs
Now
and
again, if
Tokyo
Sen win
and
map
so on
1,
and so forth.
I
The
will
fact
end the
that
stream
Cloud9 just
because
got you know, they got
Sen
knocked
will
out
have qualified
barely
and-
by NRG at the end of the season. Not going to the
I
international
don't really care.
events. You didn't get to see that
You know,
actual
I'm not
beef
sure any of you will
versus
care, to be honest.
international teams that are really good, so you could give them that spot.
I mean,
but
to be fair, we have seen in the past, though, right? I mean, the
Yeah.
guy has gone to Champions events in the past, and he's been an absolute beast, carrying in some instances. That's like what I remember the most from him at these international runs. So, yeah, I think Valen's praise matches up very well. I think he's fitting great.
Yeah. Not only that, but I mean, you know, his team, Valen's team, has given him a lot of praise as well. I mean, Net, we sat down with Net yesterday, and he called him possibly one of the best IGLs in Americas.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he threw, so he might have thrown a little shade on Sadat. I don't know.
He actually was, it was actually respect.
The internet's
Yeah, it
been
was
talking,
respect.
the streets been talking, so.
Because he said Valen was the best IGL in Americas, and then he was like, well, actually, Sodhawk's really good too. It was respect to Sodhawk. Well deserved respect.
Yes, I think, well, then we need to clear that up on the streets then, because the streets, they speaking ill on my man's Net. But anyways, you know what? Let's talk about what's at stake for Sentinels here. Now, it doesn't get more clear cut. Now, if they win only one map, now they're in the playoffs. Just like that. Now, there's 18-round differential in favor of Sentinels, and Sentinels are, but they're two maps. There's a 2-map differential. G2, I'm not good with numbers.
No, that's been a struggle.
I'm trying to
all day.
understand this. I mean, because we definitely need to provide some context with this.
The situation is Sentinels win one map and they're through. And that's because of tiebreaker rules in a three-way tie.
Right.
Because MIBR just won. Like, they're still in that tiebreaker, but they can't win because of the map differential. That's basically how it goes down to it. But if G2 win 2-0, they also could be through. So there's definitely some things that are...
No baller. Make it clear to the people.
You know,
G2 win 2-0, they are through.
And I think we understand now
They
exactly
are
how this
just
is gonna
through.
go down. Basically, I mean, Sentinels just needs to win one map. And so it's easier for them. I think when you think
Come on,
about
get
the
in there, Ian.
conversation
Tell
between
them.
Oh, they just took a big break. They got to watch the game, blah, 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 blah. Knowing that it only takes one map, I mean, that's just good prep on one map.
MIBR are out.
So that
Sorry,
could be
Bomb Buddy, if
exactly
you
what
were
they
putting
put
that,
all their time and energy in.
if you were really
So,
hoping
like,
that they
a
would
map
get through,
details,
they
something
were
like that
they were
could really
out
change the things.
during the
Yeah,
second map.
100%.
They were
And
out.
I think G2 needs to take a bigger mental reset than MIBR had.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because it's almost easier
If
to
G2 win
like, when you
2-1,
just get smoked,
then Sentinels
it's like,
are through.
Well, their best players are just
Because
they're having
G2
one
will
of
have a
those
3-3
days.
map record,
You can
Sentinels will be
reset them. Even
3-2.
They're like laughing, whatever.
As soon
When
as
you're
Sen
playing
win a map,
grueling
they
game,
are through. You don't have to
barely
watch
lose.
or care about the rest of the
There's all
game.
those little
If Sen win the
moments, you're
first
like,
map,
oh my God, if I
turn it
just
off.
get that
Sen,
one
you'll
shot
see
that
Sen
one
in the
situation,
playoffs.
Those type things. You know,
Unless it turns out they were
that could
cheating.
be the mental difference maker where it's tough to come back from.
Yeah, like I gotta say that coming
Am I
off
feeling
of
good
that,
about the map, Vito?
I guess it was a loss. Like how do you kind of?
I'm feeling good about Sentinel side of
you're
it,
in a
not so
situation
much
like that.
G2.
I mean, you've been in these situations in terms of fighting against other teams like this before. You have experience against big teams like Sentinels. You have experience actually qualifying. So this is a big game now. This is that moment where.
So in this
like,
map,
it doesn't
Vito,
really
you want to
matter
be B
strategically what
team
you're doing, as long
to
as you're
pick A
being, like,
first map,
going
right?
head-to-head
I mean, if I
with
was
the calls
Sentinels
of
and I had the
IGL,
choice, I'd
it's
just
all
be
about
picking.
individual
Let's go
performance
first.
in
Let's
these
fucking
big
just win our
games,
map.
and that's what this is.
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
just
I mean, you
chill.
were talking
You know,
about
let's not
that
wait.
net quote talking about
Play a map
Valen's
that we might not be
IGLing,
great
and I
on.
think, listen, that is a
Struggle,
concept that he's
maybe
definitely one of the
lose,
best
start to
IGLs
feel a lot
in
of pressure.
America.
I'd just be like,
If
let's
this
get it
team
over with
didn't
map
end
1.
up here,
Fucking let's
I
go.
mean, you better know good and goddamn well a lot of teams wanted to sign Valen to be their IGL for VCT. But I will say, at the end of that Breeze game, I think G2 should have won that. I think they hard overcooked their attack side.
But then
They were
again,
trying
like,
to
yeah,
do
this
way
third
too
map
much.
doesn't matter.
So I need to see Valen
Right, the third map
reel
will
back
never
a little
matter in
bit,
this.
Get his head back in
This
the
is
game.
only a 2-map
Back
series.
back
We
to be the
only
key
ever
guy.
have to care about 2 maps.
Predictions. Who do we
Because
think
if it's
is gonna
2-0,
take this?
G2 are
I'm
through.
with
But if it's
Sentinels.
1-1, Sentinels are
I
through.
agree with you about the end of the map
So,
last time. I think G2
this
has
doesn't
been
matter.
kinda
You can
weak in some
you can
instances,
you
and
can
Sentinels
play your
just looks
permaban here if you want.
fantastic. So I'm with Sentinels.
Okay, all right, Wyatt.
Sentinels.
Well, that makes 3 of us that say Sentinels. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sentinels as well.
It's an easy pick, I think, but also I think the right pick.
Yeah, but I love the underdogs. But anyways, you know, I think it's time. It is almost time. We're ready to get into our final match. So let's send it down to the stage for team walkouts.
This is it, the final match of play-ins. Let me hear you make some noise for your Ascension champions, G2!
Net just oblivious. Who's casting? No idea. I would guess Mimi and Ender? Riv was in the chat saying he had the day off. We've already seen Brennan's Sideshow. We just saw Esports Doug and your boy.
And let's bring out their opponents. Make some noise!
Baby Bay. Wow! God, they need to fucking calm down. Have you know that scene in Avatar where they see the Avatar and everyone's like the guy with his mouth starts frothing or whatever? Like they're just going absolutely crazy. Captain Mask, he's ill. How inconsiderate. Ill man wears mask.
All right, well, let's check out the map pool. This is exciting stuff. Again, like we all said that we all voted for Sentinels to win.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, the map pool can change things.
Wow, Sunset in G2. I'm shocked.
That's crazy.
Oh, whoa, that's crazy, you guys.
Icebox, Lotus. G2 pick Sunset again.
It is ridiculous. It is getting
Sen
ridiculous.
pick Breeze. What the fuck is this map,
They
Vito?
haven't won. They haven't been flawless on Sunset. I really don't understand what the priority is here for them. But I also don't think
Fuck,
that they
it's
have
all
as
wrong.
many options to go for. I think in the MIBR
It's all
series, they have
wrong.
a lot more. Right? But here against Sentinels has been pretty flawless throughout the entire tournament, especially that last series that they had. So there's not a place where there's a major weakness for Sentinels to go for right off rip. But for Sentinels, I think they are going for a weakness. I think that Breeze pick right away is exactly what Kaplan, I think, is starting to get known for me, is good map vetoes.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, he crushed it yesterday against Lev, doing it again right here. I mean,
I don't know. Why is split? I mean, again, map 3 doesn't matter, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Really
But
good. Yeah, it is worrying. Perhaps the biggest detractor from G2 right now is that their map pool really does seem pretty limited. I mean, they are just going back to the same 3 or so over and over and over.
Yeah, and I mean they're sort of using the same comps as well. Like, we're not necessarily expecting to see anything out of the ordinary.
you gambled
with
all your
these
points.
No, yeah, I mean,
That's
this
tough.
is stuff that they've been practicing for quite a while. It's
I would
not
guess
enough time
anytime
to change
Sen
anything
lose,
unless
then
they somehow came up with
a lot
like
of points
counter
get
to,
lost.
What Sen does, but I don't think.
But then
their
again,
team
that's
does,
just the
so
young
I don't
learning the
expect it at all.
punishment
One
of
thing that I think
gambling.
is interesting here is I actually think that G2. Tell me if you disagree, but I think G2 is a pretty emotional team when it comes to momentum, when it comes to trying to bring comebacks.
Those
back
momentum
into play.
exists.
And I think
I'm still
games
not
like
convinced.
this tend to that. So, my Sen prediction aside, I think that a team like G2 right here, right now, it doesn't really matter what has happened before. If they can really get into the game, get fired up, Net in particular, somebody who I think is, we talked about it yesterday about being pretty emotional. Valen
I
as
lost
well, I think
all
when he's feeling the
200k of my
game,
points over the past 2
it
days
comes to him.
treading
So
wolves.
that momentum could ride on them just getting really hyped, really into the fact that they could actually still make it here.
So you mean
That's
tend to that in
tough.
regard to like if they come out the gate hot and start winning early rounds?
Not necessarily, but just like somebody gets, I mean, the stakes are enough to sometimes spark that, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Sassy
Yeah, look
Gecko.
at what we got. Look at the agent selects.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Interesting. Saucy Gecko?
Yeah, this is crazy, actually. This is what they've been playing at all recently. This is insane that they're able to switch it up. And actually something that I think I was talking to Kaplan recently about not having enough time to change things away from the sky. It looks
Okay.
like they finally have enough time here, but on play-in day is crazy. That's a big gamble, but I love it when they only need that one map. That is crazy.
It is. This is the map too where
Interesting.
Tens gets really silly. This is the one where he gets
Sentinels wins an OT, does that count?
so
They just
silly.
need to win any map, guys. It could not be more fucking easy. It could not be more easy. It could not be more obvious. The rounds don't matter whatsoever. Sentinels need to win a map. G2 need to win 2-0. That's all that matters.
Yeah, thank you very much. We have an interesting one on our hands. Here's the situation. Sen City, you win, you're in. That's it. But there's more. If they win any one of these maps by a +9 differential, there's no way G2 can make it. They're playing for the 2-0 today.
And for G2, the only
What?
guarantee is
What?
a 2-0. You do not want to leave it up to
Why
the
do they
rounds.
keep talking about
are
rounds?
down 8
team.
Why are you talking about
coming
rounds?
Into this series, the difference between them and Sentinels. This is the rivalry that has never really happened. These orgs always
The first tiebreaker is
But the last time
maps.
these two teams played,
Maps.
Shroud was on Sentinels, Shazam was on Sentinels.
Rounds don't matter. It's all about
Been a
maps.
while, and this match matters.
No,
Only
don't
one
listen to
last
them.
slot
They are
in the
wrong.
playoffs. Yeah, that was back in 2022.
They are. You don't have two tiebreakers at the same time.
Sentinels trying to break their
And it
way
wouldn't make
into
sense to have
P-Main
rounds as your
really
first
early on.
tiebreaker anyway. In fact, it would be very fucking troll if you
Out of
did.
that space, denying them control. This Gecko KO comp.
Okay, let's see Gecko KO though. That's kind of interesting. Let's see if Sassy can play a bit of fucking Gecko. We know that Sentinels watch some of my videos, so maybe they won't troll.
Placed in mid by John QT as well. A lot of control going to be around there for him. The Sentinels work their way back into B main. Sensite hits are really strong with these double flash combinations. And with 4 players
Second might
primed
die
in
to a
main,
shark
B
dot here,
will
though.
be the destination. G2 got a lot of friends here ready to go. A
Got double
Paranoia
blast
ready to
packs,
go
but
as well. Balanced position, back in sight.
he's gonna go for this. He's gonna.
Smoke out, Paranoia in from both sides. Briefly, Sentinels
Oh, he
will
didn't
be
get in,
stalled
though,
out
'cause he
with the
got
cages
flashed.
up, but still a second wave utility ready to go from Celsius.
Now already, Net on the move, taking some space back into mid.
Is there any mod here to
Market
change the
doors
tile?
closed on him, so with 40 seconds left, do Sentinels go in
Wow,
or
they-
do they choose to pivot?
They pivot,
That can
but
in
they've
mid, they do
lost.
still have opportunities to head back. The issue is this player stuck in mid net. How much can he achieve? He hears so many players on the other side of that wall, and they're walking straight past
Oh, no.
it.
He
lost
giga
the
trolled that. He
opportunity.
giga trolled.
Now stuck
He was
out,
obviously
flashed
waiting
up
for
by
the second guy.
Celsius, but he still
Fuck me.
wins
What am
the
I
duel.
watching?
It is all good. Now Sentinels moving into the B site. Satchel in to bring it down. Wingman falls, but Jonah P can't get the job done.
What the
G2
fuck am
aren't
I
done
watching?
yet from backside. Leaf already coming
Where's
around
Ain't
the
Me
corner,
Too?
looking through the planter, and he takes down Saucy.
A huge kill out
I
of
don't
him.
know how. I am a
2v3
bad mod.
now.
What, to change the
And
tile?
activated for the
I don't know
This one
either.
around the corner, he
Get a little
comes, and
spoiler from the
down
fucking.
they go. G2 went out in the
He
chaos.
changed it. Who's he?
Look, Mimi, that was
Oh, Ain't Me
about
Too.
as shaky as it gets. Net misses the shot, but recovers, finishes off at the end as well. But it's important to remind you, every single round.
Oh, it's good to know that Amy 2 and Cannon Man are here.
matters to the
Go,
differential.
tell me more about how good
does.
NA Valorant is when you watch
And
that
that's just
round.
how they would want to start this game off. Net has been
Tell
so
me
good
more about all of your
throughout this event
amazing
thus far in play-ins here already today.
NA
showing some good
players.
moments.
The way he's locked down the site, the way he's played in the clutch off of his teammates, fantastic.
Now, here's the
Played
thing.
on Valen, he was doing it all earlier today, where he's throwing a temporary
Wait, Sentinels picked this map? No, right? This is wrong.
Up in the sky, so it falls
See,
down,
this is wrong,
blocks
right?
off the
This was-
vision, but
this was
not gonna
G2's map
stall
pick.
out Sentinels. They can go ahead and toss out the Jig
Right?
Dizzy, reclaim it very quickly.
I mean, it's stuck. Maybe not going to get it back in this round, but generally that will be the idea.
Yeah, that guy's supposed to land behind the sign. I think it went all the way over to the left.
Now here's the thing: if G2 win this map,
Back over towards A
that
here,
makes this
Sentinels.
map really
They
fucking
have a
interesting
ton
because it's
of
essentially
ability
just
to
a best of
counter
one
out all the stall G2 have, because They
qualification.
are going for the KO. That knife, that ultimate, going to be so effective. So Trent's actually getting in front of his utility. Wanted to take that fight, stall them out. Sentinels really stalled out in the last round, and it cost them. Now, again, Leaf stepping on forward for the kill. That is easy for him. Running out of bullets, though, is good for the second,
Ooh.
but we'll go for the chip damage before he falls.
And then it stalls,
Okay,
and
he gives
there's
them
just no way
enough
they can
time.
get that gun picked up, but now one player has vacated.
to where they do get to
from
fully
G2,
rotate
forced them back
over.
away, so that Spectre is
Trap them in
so
here.
recoverable if they
Don't
can get
have
past
the
that
gun.
one way. No, instead back through elbow into egg.
Yeah, but I mean, the smokes here are non-stop. Jonah P's ready to cast that dart the second people try to come out from the smoke. Just give a line for Trent to shoot off of. Shock dart down, we're down
To be fair, I
absolutely
do
no
still find
time.
it a bit odd.
Someone of a repeat of
The
that
Trent-
first round. They come down to the clock yet again. Jonah does not win that over Zekin, but Trent, the insurance policy on this site, will swing at just the right time and
Actually
keep
got a
this
lot
one
of
under
kills.
control still. An
Thing is, he needs to
absurd
die.
amount of damage.
Yeah, that is really annoying.
He
for
could have been
G2.
in a
Not
lot of
losing
trouble
rifles,
there had they
probably
run
having
away.
to take a full bonus into this next one without much of a chance to fight back. Although it does show you again the major strength of G2's comp. I mean, the orb stall that they're able to put down in that.
Now
choke from
he
Trent,
might have
putting
had time to
one way
plant
over to
after
other
the
side here on
after
top
the
of that
round,
box
which I
too.
think still counts. You
Paranoia
still
is
then
on
are
front as
fine.
well. So Sentinel's gonna have to pick up the pace and try
And he
to
might have
maybe,
had enough time. I don't know.
attack with these KO knives. They need to spot out that Viper who's always playing back slant. Trent has been pretty readable on that line, so even a knife
Does it
that
not
hits
count?
right against that wall should do the trick to turn off his orb.
I thought it did.
same util sequence to clear out B main.
But then again, maybe I'm just being baited by this one.
Quite quickly here. He's actually going to
The one person just with a raised no in my chat. Little dude 1133, thanks for the prime.
Yeah, even the camera doesn't end up seeing him. There's a fight in main though. Look at that, pinching through from Market.
So Sen go for a full
getting all the kills they could need. Jonah
full
P
B
has
split.
done some crazy
Got the
things
spike.
this tournament though.
And he's got a gun. He's got everything he needs to make a meal of this one. 3 kills. That might have been enough. Second now pushing towards spawn. One of his own connected.
Big from Sen. Okay, what I was gonna say was, I do think it is a little weird that Trent isn't on Sova. Just because I feel like
You've got to remember, it has
I
been
feel
a
like
long
Viper,
day for
while it's not the
Sentinels.
easiest
They
agent to
came in,
play,
what, 5
isn't the
hours
hardest
ago,
either. I feel
won
like
their
Sova
first
is
series
harder
2-0,
than
no
Viper.
problem.
Am I trolling?
And then
I
they
feel
had
like
to
I'm
sit
not
through an
trolling.
OT, a 3
And I feel like they
map
are
series
quite
waiting for
different
this game.
roles, Sova and
Themselves
Viper.
warm again.
There's a trade-off.
You know,
though.
Viper's
get to
much
watch
more
your
lurk.
opponent's VOD, you get to go against an opponent who hasn't had that time to cool down. But also, G2's in a position where they
Like,
can
I
kinda
feel like it
keep
would
some
make more
momentum
sense
they
if
may have
Jonah
had from that first series, despite
was
the
on
loss.
this.
The
Like, if
main
he's so,
win
like,
here
he obviously is really good at
check that
Sova.
out, following the
Just let him play
field
Sova.
all the way in.
You know?
Good scouting breaks the
Yeah, Trent is good at both anyways, but it feels like
big rotations from G2
it feels like we've gone, okay, we've got these two agents. Trent can play both.
It sets him up for another hit into B. These defenders just keep
So I
getting
guess we'll,
overwhelmed.
but I
Leaf
feel
is
like
down
put
and
Trent on the
Second
harder one.
has deep control on B.
Valen with the paranoia,
Oh,
but
what?
Saucy shuts him down. Another
I feel like
counter
Valen
flash too,
hasn't had a
Thrash
great. I
following
mean, that was a
on
good
top of
flash.
it.
He probably should have got
Sentinels
that
in firm
kill.
control and coming around the corner is second.
Again, Sen I think just will play at a
this
speed that is
round.
too fast for
First, it's the
G2.
hit
I don't think
rocket,
G2 will
then
be able to
players
react
popping out
fast
through
enough
main.
for
Then in
stuff.
that second sequence, they have another layer to the rounds ready. It's clear that
Trent
Sentinels have
feels
put a lot of
lurky now,
time into
but
the ideas
you
behind this
often
comp.
don't see a
And
lurking
especially coming
Sova. So if
into
we
G2,
associate
Sentinels
Trent with
continue this
Sova,
very high-paced
he wouldn't
style
have
of
been a
gameplay.
lurker for
You know,
most
they
of
can
their
burn
time.
through
Like,
some of that stalling
and I
utility
understand that
early.
obviously they're
They
playing
can force the
Cypher, so like
rotates to
Net
come
will
in.
still be lurking
It
a
will
lot
really
of the time
punish
as well.
G2.
But
G2 want to play slow rounds. They stall you out. Maybe they walk out into you in mid and look for a fight there. But it's
Explain
very hard
calm.
for G2 to have very aggressive set pieces on defense. Their only blind is a paranoia.
well, no, I do think that a lot of these kind of players, like the Trents and whatever, did have to pick up Viper last year because we were in a Sky meta. Right, because we were in double control of Sky, it was probably the role that made the most sense for them overall. But and Trent was one of them as well. But now that we've moved kind of away from that, and you're playing both of them, right? You're playing both
Yeah, and
Viper.
unlike a lot of the other comps that run Breach, where you're working on like a 40-second timer for your hits,
You're running
with
both
the
of
Gecko,
these.
You throw out your Dizzy, you pick it up. 10 seconds later, you're throwing it again. You can really move in.
You know, like,
quickly.
back
They
in the
take market
day,
and are instantly moving into the next space.
on like
G2 going
Icebox,
for
surely
a
Trent
big
was still
B
playing
stack on the
Sova.
Zico.
He has
I
been
don't
a
know.
destination
I just
pretty
feel
much every
like-
round thus far for Sentinels.
And Jonah
G2
has
all
been
the
doing
Nikos
well
early
anyway,
today
so it's
were
not like
also
it's
going
impacted
for
his
these speed
performance.
trap plays. Got a paranoia ready to go on this fight.
Second
Ooh, nice.
is down, and Leaf converts onto a second there. Showstopper up.
Nice from Leaf as well. Hold on.
Ten's taken
They
care
cooked him.
of.
Hold on, look at this. They've got Spike in main as well. That is brutal. All of a sudden, up mid, Junk QT is going to have to try and find a lurk.
All we gotta do is just
well,
not troll.
Zelsis deals with the Cypher on the opposite end, and
All
he
you gotta
shuts
do
off
is
the
just
camera.
not
There's a camera there that didn't see the Cypher,
troll.
and he's found a timing. He's going to be back in Boba so quickly.
Trent has to police this. If he loses his life back sight, then suddenly these players holding Spike are pinched from two angles and it gets dangerous. John misses his mark. So now Zelsis placed in a 1v3.
And the stall there is permanent. Yeah, I can force him off the angle. How
Flash.
about that? The flash
Got
over
time.
the top. Brings it down to 2.
He can get this Spike now.
There's a decent amount of time as well. Check this out. G2 assume he gets the spike and are already moving Trent over towards the A side of the map.
Good from Valen, he could hear it. Yeah.
And they saw Trent back behind pillar, so if
30
he
seconds
slips
left.
into elbow
And he
before
get into elbow, yeah.
Zelsis gets here, that'll never be expected.
Trent hears the footsteps. He knows Zelsis is coming. Is Zelsis ready for this? Does he have any idea Trent's just on the other side?
There's no way you crouch walk that swing.
Zelsis! Now down to the 1v1, but he's getting flanked. Is he aware?
There's no fucking way they've lost that. There's no fucking way he's won that, and there's no fucking way they've lost that. There is no fucking way on human earth.
That one, could you believe it? That was an unwinnable round. Zelsis somehow with the Red Bull clutch. I mean, the flash there, finding Leaf on his own in main. That
There's
kill's
no
simply
way he should
absurd.
be beating Trent there. And then he's 1 HP for the last fight.
Unbelievable.
We're straight back into it, though. Sentinels again putting a priority on taking
They have a
control.
KO.
Setting up for a beast, but it's fast.
They were playing
Rocket.
somewhat anti-KO, but not fully.
In his face is Leaf, but down he goes.
Oh!
He's lined him up. 3 kills already. He's blind, but he wants more. 10's on the other side, taken care of. And Jonah falls, but is he done enough? 3v2, Zelsis on the floor. Saucy's in trouble.
One enemy
Oh no. Saucy's been revealed. They know completely. Here it
Ooh.
comes. G2
Did he
all
dig
around the
both?
corner. An important equalizing round there, because look, Sentinels win that ridiculous round and they come out of the gates with the showstopper. That's one where if G2 lose that, you're hitting the timeout button immediately.
Yeah.
You have to reset. The fact they win it is critical.
But this comp for Sentinels, they lose that round, investing 2 big ults. Thrash is back. They have so much staying power on that attacking side with this ult economy being so strong.
Yeah, they have 3 big old site clearing ults. You have got to respect. And I love Sentinel's read so far. Pretty much every round, it's just been putting this early camera into mid. Full information there because they know G2 never play this angle. The only way G2 actually play mid is like an op holding from there in the hands of Leaf. And then maybe walking out with a drone deep in the mid round, but that camera gives them such effective information.
This knife has also been getting so much
I mean,
value.
it
Two
we're on a
players
B
revealed
simulator
above,
right now.
Saucy sends Thrash in, and they know site is completely clear, even bringing it all the way back around for a recovery.
Valen used the ult to teleport over. G2 wanting to
So a
pick
little
up the pace on
aggressive
this
in
a
mid,
bit.
check
Heavy
someone
play
here.
through market on the retake.
Tekken is ahead of the
Okay, good
smoke,
trade, though.
but he is taken
Trade
care
by
of.
Trent.
Tens
That
did
Trent?
trade that back, so
Trent
stays
and
even in
Tens.
this post fight. Hunter's Fury,
Oh.
that's Jonah P sending it in from mid. He gets a tag on Saucy as his teammates start to enter the site. Cage up for Tens. He needs to make something of this position, and his teammates all will come in to assist.
Oh,
But in
sassy.
May, Saucy's down. Now Tens has
Your
to
boy?
activate. It really comes down to this man, but he couldn't spin around in time, and now Zelsis is late. Could he do it again? The 1v3, Jonah holding the spray,
Oh, that's
whiffing,
ugly.
but Trent off the spike. Flash around the corner. It's halfway. Can Zelsis isolate a fight? Can he take down Leaf? No! They stick it through. And G2.
Okay, G2 back in the lead. Sen, I think, might need a timeout.
I feel like we all need a big breather here.
Yeah.
You can see how
just
tense the
playing
moment
so
is, I think,
fast.
for the players when these fights are going down, full committing to sprays.
What is
They
my
know
Sen
so much
doing?
is riding on
Yeah,
these
they're
individual
playing too
rounds.
fast. They're playing
You
like
only have 30 seconds in between.
it's like
to
they're
take that
playing.
critical
I almost
pause.
feel like that clutch, you know, was such like a
Tens
crazy
getting his
moment
onside
that
was
they almost like
absolutely massive, but
kind of baited themselves
a
into
little
playing
bit
too
tough at that
fast.
position. 2 players alive.
They
for
need a
Zelsis.
timeout.
Not gonna happen when they're already halfway on the spike. We're quick in A though.
And now they just
We always are.
fast run it.
Not a
A.
break in this one. Zacking up to Elba. This is the first real time that Sentinels have straight up tested an A hit.
Knife hit Valen. No paranoia, but it's already back up. The hit isn't coming in quick enough for Sentinels. They're all blind. They're all blind.
Valen, how is he doing
Spikes
this?
down.
Sen is completely cut
They
off
just
from
all
the rest
go
of their
elbow.
team. Saucy
This is what I mean. They're
gonna
just
try
they're
and
just
save this one. Molly
they're just trying to
doesn't
run it
affect
down.
Valen. He can just keep on fighting, keep on fragging. Shut down.
They need to
G2.
just chill. I mean, they should have taken a timeout last round. I'm shocked that they didn't. And especially when you're hearing the call
Fury
be,
of the
let's go
Sentinels
fast
comp should
A.
be so good, especially the KO shutting
Now we're on a
off
save.
the cypher trips, the
How have we
Viper
not
gas,
taken a
all that
timeout? Okay, thank
paranoia.
God.
But they weren't able to go in quickly enough. The fact that
They want to go
paranoia came
next. I
online,
just want to get on
and
their
they
map.
didn't punch forward in that 8-second window they had. That cost them the round. Tens is teleporting in fully nearsighted. Same thing for Zekken. And that's the perfect hold G2 are known for. Their A side is rock solid.
So Kaplan hits the pause button now.
Everybody chill out. Take a
They
deep
should have
breath.
come in the round
We got a
before, but
lot of game left to go.
And Sentinels, they
It
don't
is
have to
what it
worry
is.
about the rounds. They don't have to worry about any funny business in this. They just have to win the series.
Yeah,
It's a
literally,
normal game.
the simplest thing for both these teams is Sentinels just win, G2 win by 2, or win 2-0, and the rounds don't matter. We don't have to bust out the calculators. I
See,
don't want to have to bust out the calculators.
you don't
I want
have
a clean
to
win from one of these
anyway.
teams.
So how
When
does
will they learn?
Sentinels turn this attack
When will
out
they
back in their
learn?
favor?
I thought Endo was good at math.
Honestly, I think they can.
I think he
go
is good
back
at math.
To the mid
Probably
control
some
just a little
producers
bit.
telling
And
him
also
wrong.
a little bit more awareness when they are
3-2
hitting the sights. The last round, I'm scratching.
It's
They just
better
needed to speed
than
up off the knife.
3-3. This is
But
all you
things
need to know.
considered, one of the other great benefits
And
of
if
the
it's
Wingman
not,
against
then the
G2
system
style
is
play
broken.
is G2 love to play offsite and fast flood retake into you. Wingman planting the spike means you can keep 5 guns at the ready to fight G2 as they come in. I think this game and this map is very much just about the post plan.
That's all you need to
between these
know.
two teams on this half of the game.
And in these post lines, I'm going to continue to look at these 2 initiators. Can Zelsis and Saucy put down the right nades in the right places and keep their
Sentinels
guns
need
up
just
to
need to
delay
win
these
one map.
floods?
As soon as they win a map,
G2
it's over.
Zekin.
Map
Again,
3 of
that is
this
a
game
beautiful
doesn't
flash
matter.
for him to follow, but it's only one
Split
for
will
one.
never matter.
Fantastic. Again, the knife shut down. Tens getting silly. It's a sheriff in his hand.
I know exactly where you are.
If
he just wait for
G2
this
win
to
this
come
map,
down?
this is just a
Oh,
best of
no.
one. Whoever wins
Cypher
goes through.
revealing. G2.
4v4. Right, this time they have
Man
10s
refuses
coming
to
here. I
move.
mean, it's still fast.
When does he take his time and paranoia up? Swing
Wow.
back.
Wow, what a flash.
It's a Tens moment, baby. He doesn't
Nate
miss
did get a
those.
kill, which makes this
3v2
still
though.
winnable.
G2 still have a shot at this.
There's no
Net
way
always
you.
stuck
There's no
out.
fucking way, Nate. You
Catches
just missed
the
a trip.
John Cutie takes him down, and Trent's tag too.
John is so sick for dropping that trip in the post plant. Ruining G2's day, Trent. What can he do? Everyone's isolated here.
So I mean, this just
No
makes a
one's
lot
giving
more
him an
sense
angle.
to have
It's
someone on
planted for
here
all
at this
three of
A
them.
exec rather than all trying to come out this way.
No chance. Sentinels, what a reply. That flash play into elbow was beautiful to start the round.
It wouldn't be a Sentinels game without at least 5, 6, 7 thrifty rounds.
Yeah.
Both ways. Sentinels always keeping
Okay,
it
both teams
keeping
have
it
a bye.
interesting here. That was, of
That's a
course,
crazy
great
first shot as
paranoia,
well.
playing off his own teammates that had wrapped through elbow. But really, the hero, you called it out, was that early flash. I think that's a Zelsis flash going through the window all the way over here that hits those players.
There.
You don't play against KO every day.
I don't think Zekin has had a round where he doesn't start by double satcheling. This one's not going to be
another
different.
one.
He's
Bro.
already into
He's
market
under the
paranoia
door.
outfit. It catches
Oh, he
Net, but
just
he
got
gets
out.
away.
Oh, there was an,
He
there was an
destroys the
ult.
Omen
Tens
TP.
went
Does he
all the way
realize
back
this
there
though?
and
Yes,
got
he does.
canceled
He
out
just
the
saw him
last
on the
moment while
camera.
still walking forward.
I'm fairly
It's
certain he
just
saw him.
looking. There's a one-way over in the spawn that Balin's staring into.
This is a
He
wild
did. He didn't.
round. What? He's in a crossfire, but
Oh.
he still finds a kill.
The way he was
What if I
looking
just
over
read
here
this?
made me think like, oh,
Sentinels
he must have
came
seen
in
it.
and they said,
But he
we are
didn't.
going to run down G2.
They
They're
ran
down
it
multiple
into a
rounds,
Viper
and they're still
spit.
doing it double satchel every round. The Omen
They've
all
got Razor.
dive.
The door is shut
G2
here, so
have
yeah,
had
you
the
definitely
luxury, I think, of
rotate.
playing against a lot of teams that like to chill out on Sunset. That is not the Sentinels' motto.
I mean, they were just playing crew on this map. Maybe the slowest attack side you could play against. What a difference.
I've heard them now.
Sentinels use
You can
those bugs
TP
and
past
they
the
use them
trip.
to
He will
find the
hear it.
gaps.
But you can just
gonna
run
walk
into
straight
it.
into that tripwire. Flank is revealed, and was that a showstopper?
It was. And
was.
it is gone. 1-for-1 trade. And G2 now working on this retake. Tens in position on the site, and John QT a 1v1 towards spawn.
This fight is everything. Whether or not John can come out on
They're
top.
waiting for Dart.
Trent is low, and he sees the foot just jiggling it. Look at the movement on Trent.
It's beautiful, but John still has a chance.
Wow.
Molly at his feet. He needs to
burning.
realize quickly.
Wow.
He's
Well played by
taken care of.
Trent.
Up to 10.
Tens alone.
First shot is beautiful, and he'll teleport away. Find a new position, a new angle. Jonas low.
There's no way.
And Trent has to hold this one to half. Tens has such little ammo. He's sticking the reload. Trent is on the spot. Can Tens get
Oh my god. He had enough fuel for that? Literally just enough fuel to fully stick.
And G2 win the round.
Oh my god. No, MIBR are out.
What are these rounds?
It's just G2 versus Sen.
Every single one a nail biter. Can we talk about Trent for just a second, though?
I mean, he has a lot of fuel, I guess, because obviously he had the pit, so he wasn't probably using it a ton anyway.
Too many things
And then
happen.
obviously he
I've already
rotated
forgotten.
and was chilling for a while.
Okay, Sentinels. What's the approach this time?
Is Sen gone if they lose? No. If they win one map, they just
This
need to
time,
win one of the
second
first two
round
maps,
investing into
and they
mid.
are through.
I think their prep has told them that G2 really only
Hold
did the
on,
aggressive.
hold on. Look at
oh,
A-Main.
you're so right.
Tens is up in a smoke, and G2 is getting mighty close to
They're
the man.
pinging it though. They pinged it. Look, Leaf's looking at it.
Smoke
There you
fades,
go.
and Leaf was ready for it.
Yeah, Leaf was not fooled at all. that was bad.
Yes, there
Sentinels,
is
luckily for them, they have
possibilities
some
in this
kind of a presence
that
in
this
D
game
lane, but
wouldn't
they still have
matter.
to
Like
push
if
down the
MIBR
side
won
somehow.
both
One of the
games,
rare
this game
rounds that
wouldn't matter.
didn't use the paint shells, and that's
but
because
that did
we
not
got
happen.
the rocket to zoom on into Market, taken down by
Oh.
Net all the way back in spawn.
5v3, Leaf trolling but still wins a
Taken care of
fight.
as well. Leaf has found 2 massive kills in this round. Comes to desperation.
Ooh, it's
Sassy.
just, do we need this is an classic NA game with a lot on the line. This is a classic NA qualification game. Just fucking
1v3.
big old dick swinging contest. My dick's bigger than yours. Watch this. Watch me win this round.
There'll be no more funny business from Zelsis.
Classic
Needs to clean
NA.
up the retake.
Just scrappy back and forth, swinging out every angle.
Leaf finding 10s up in the sky there, just crazy. Completely read him. Let's look at that. Yeah,
That was a
he
nice
wasn't
prep.
even flicked, just
But then
fully
there's just
prepared.
like
There was also paranoia coming out on the ground
That
in
wasn't
case he was
great.
playing down there, so Leaf was never going to be in trouble.
I mean, Sen, I don't get why they're playing this fast, but you can see it here,
7-4
right?
up now for G2.
Like it's about,
I'm afraid
you
for their
know,
voices. This could be a 6-game day for G2.
it's like that, you know, just shouting across the stage, stuff like that,
Energy's
right?
still high
Like
for them.
it's not about
Even
just
after
us winning,
the
it's
loss.
about them
2 nail
losing.
biters up against MIBR.
And
And I feel like that's why we've got the kind of game that we've got.
In that last map, so many mistakes made on Breeze to let that game slip away.
This is what
They're
makes
back
this
here
nation
looking
great.
Much stronger on Sunset against Sentinels.
Again, very common look from G2. We've got cages on the site for Cypher to play around in theory or buy time.
But I
for
do
Sen.
feel like, you
They're
know,
there as
because
well.
a lot
Rest
of
the
the
team playing
NA players,
heavy
like
off.
everyone knows each
And
other,
they
right?
can look for some things. They have Hunter's
It isn't
Fury
quite
in
the
the
same
post
in
lane.
any
They
of
can
the
scout
others,
the
right?
Fallon
Because
to
like
counter it out.
in
Zelsis has
EMEA,
no command.
you
That's
don't
the
even
most important thing.
fucking
That's why
speak the
Cypher
same
doesn't wanna be
language as
anywhere near its
BBL,
utility.
right? It's much more spread out. Everyone's from these different cultures.
And that's the
You know, in
league, they're like
Pacific,
G2,
you don't
they're
speak the
almost
same
always
language as
either
the
playing
Korean
aggressive
teams
on
or
main
whatever.
or giving it completely.
So I feel like it is only really the NA games. I mean, maybe I guess the Brazilian games would get this as well.
Just not finding connections.
So
What's
Zelsis
happened to Zelsis?
downs himself.
Maybe just killing himself to try and get HP back?
Not quite sure. I think Fallon might have had the high angle back from spawn here. But regardless, Zelsis gets picked up, no problem.
Flash towards spawn. Saucy in a bit of a one and done here.
Full
He is
retake.
taking some
What are you
risks, but has his
cooking now,
teammate up
Tens?
above to
Okay,
aid.
it's
That's
normal.
Tens.
It's normal. I thought he might be trying to TP here.
That's a huge one.
Second, close corner. Stinger
Oh,
spraying.
Sassy.
It's Sassy to pick him up instead. He finds 2 kills. Jonah back into the side. They
Oh,
come
no.
Leaf for 1, 2 versus 2. John QT's position revealed. Celsius takes down Jonah, and the time, it's almost gone. Leaf. There should be no way he doesn't stick it. Is there enough? It comes down to
Oh,
the
it's so close. I don't even know.
Does he have it?
Oh,
yes, barely.
.09 to finish out the half.
And after a strong
Wow.
start for Sentinels, that is an 8-4 finish up for G2.
The Red Bull clutch from Leaf at the end, tracking John QT behind the box. You could not have asked for a better start.
Ridiculous half of play already. But still a lot of
Why
time
didn't they
left
play
here
Split? I
on
honestly
Sunset
don't
as we
know.
have Akeem.
Split.
And the analyst
Well,
does
I mean, this is
stand by.
obviously G2's map pick, so the thing in the top left is wrong.
My goodness.
That must be one of the
this is
fastest
insane.
halves.
I mean, the vibes ramped up.
What
to
was that? Like a
strong play
20-something minute
from
half?
G2. I feel like we.
That must
did
be
we
like
have
a
it
what,
wrong,
22
though? I mean,
or so
look,
minute
like,
half?
We all were banking on.
That was
it's
like
not over
super
yet, of
fast.
course, but I gotta say this.
The magic.
I'm just saying. Look, I feel like. Well, I thought the cardinal sin, the primary cardinal sin you could commit is
Sunset attack or defense
choosing
sided?
the same comp
I think it's
you've
quite
chosen
balanced
prior
overall.
On Sunset, Sentinels, they came out with, two new agents that we haven't seen them use with their comp, but
There's definitely
I
been
don't
pro
know,
games.
G2,
Some have
they've
been heavy
just,
defense side.
Own it.
I'll tell you, it's.
I
been
would
big
say
moment
slightly
after
attack
big moment
as well,
after big
but
moment,
I think
and
it's
this is what I
pretty
was talking
balanced.
about. Net, like for example, getting the hype, talking trash.
Yeah, at the end you saw the camera. He was standing up, talking, screaming the trash talk.
Absolutely.
And that's what they needed. I mean,
I think with the comps though, I think well, it depends on your in this game
Get
we're
back
seeing like what
into it.
double
Momentum,
initiates. I think when you see
Being able to
Viper
be hype, I
Cypher,
think, again, I think this
you
team is
probably
a
end up with
local
like
I don't think that they've had reason yet to feel that pressure enough.
If you're playing
Right
double
now,
initial,
it's
like
all there.
Sentinel's
They have
comp,
to
I
be
would say is probably
flawless
leaning
against
more
Sentinels here.
attack-sided.
And so every single big moment that
G2's
they're
comp
winning
is probably
just
more
powering them.
50-50.
And you can see
Right,
everybody's
with a
getting hyped
Gecko and a
about this.
KO,
I
you're
think,
probably
too,
looking
one
more
thing
on
that,
attack.
you know, you're thinking about when you're thinking about that whole storyline, right? That aspect of G2 is Sentinels is giving them these moments, constantly putting themselves in clutch situations where it's 2v2, 2v1, whatever, giving opportunities to Zelsis to clutch, and that is allowing
Extremely
them to get
lukewarm
so
take. Neither is teams are
I
making
mean,
it
that
to
was a
Madrid.
nasty clutch from Leaf.
Now,
at the end, but
obviously,
it's not just that.
everyone
It's been
wants
the whole half.
Sentinels
He
to
was-
win, of
he had
course.
a beat
But
on tens. That one round where
the
he
truth
took
is,
him
if
out
G2
early.
win,
Yeah,
that means that Loud and
yeah, they were leading
NRG
it so
can't play
hard,
each
taking
other.
out, they
So
couldn't hit sights. So yeah,
that means we'll actually get the best teams going to
The
Madrid.
second half underway. Back to our casters, Mimi and then Ender.
So, you know, there's pros and
Thank you
cons.
very much. The first half, very much defined by chaos. But for both teams, this is their chance to reset the energy and close this one out.
Sen City's not gonna let them. It is loud in here. But G2's attack will be
You're gonna say that, and then
completely
EG and
different
G2 are going to
Sentinels.
qualify.
They've got
But
to
if
take
EG
their
and G2
time.
beat NRG and Loud,
But you see some of the
then there's
tricks
really like
Sen
there's
has
nothing
in
you
the
can say
playbook.
about that, right?
Double flash
There's
out
no
in
like,
mid,
oh,
full re-clear of that space, and this
you
Dizzy
know.
will be recovered.
Then you just say like,
Of course,
oh,
as
we'll
soon as
just
they go out into it, that
don't
opens up
lose
the
against
A site,
EG or
so G2 will
G2.
get
Like
that
just
plant
fucking
off.
win.
Check out this trip over
Maybe
an
try
elbow,
and beat
though.
a team
It
that
might
you
mean
know.
that Sentinels cannot
Maybe
worry
try and
about
beat a
that
team of
position in
like
the
tier
post
2
plant.
players last year, or
If the
beat a
first
team that
half
lost to
was
MIBR.
G2's comp loving
You
to
know.
flood retake.
Then
The
NRG
second
or
half is
Loud
gonna
have
be
no
about
excuse.
Sentinels and the set retakes they can have with this flash-heavy comp.
Yep, Zels is going to get crazy with though. Dizzy goes out, Paranoid to follow too, but G2 all off site.
That they are. And that wingman can help in these chaotic post plants.
Okay,
Second on
Sentinels
the
probably
tap.
need this pistol.
Already found one. Frag G2 just trying to spam a way to take care of this one. Satsi, he's holding it down now. Jonah doesn't have enough HP to fight. It leaves it all on net. He's already
shot from
dinged.
Zekken.
And Zekken closes
Okay,
the
big win for
deal.
Sen. Probably needed that.
Beautiful retake for Sen City.
That's a big one for Sentinels. And G2 already, I'm seeing that they're going to need to make.
You don't think the
some quick
OG God
pivots. They
team was
played
tier
full
1?
Off-site. And while enemy team has
I'm
those
talking about
flash combos,
EG.
it's brutal. The fact is, G2
I'm not talking about a
don't
team
really
of
have
tier
many
2
ways to
players. I'm
get
talking about
themselves
fucking
back
EG.
through if they ever get smoked off. So if Tens is alive in a post plant,
I was talking about
G2
EG.
need to get active, need to seek out early space, and that is really the limitation of their comp, especially when they're committing the paranoia to the hits.
The G2 one was the team that lost to MIBR. That's them. It just happened. I just watched it. They lost to MIBR.
B-main fight from both squads. And 4 suppressed on that knife. G2 harvest up the orb and will reset back towards mid.
Looks like Saucy worked his way all the way up through A.
MIBR are good though.
He picked up the orb, but getting thrashed
Ooh.
online early is so
That's tough.
big.
Did he see it?
Yeah.
Was that
Easy
just,
pick in mid.
was that just like a
Got
bit of
this
tape
camera
study?
Here too, which is so annoying. Just looking for any kind of lurk. So as they walk on into the smokes, Sentinel's gonna make quick work of G2.
Yeah, great control in the backside here. On QT actually loses out to Valen, but the trade is there quick enough, and Sentinels get the defuse.
MIBR is good for NA standards. Tough.
My biggest concern for G2 looking here as they
So
will have
quick.
a bye is how do they burst through?
Yeah, it's been a
Okay, what are we
very-
looking at here. Camera on the opposite. Oh no! Oh no!
The poor guy just watched it happen.
Cinematic view.
Bro's just like your classic
Put
little
that
film
on the
guy trying to
cinema
take
one.
A pretty picture in mid, and then a grenade comes out of the corner.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday! Shout out this guy. I prefer him to that guy.
Great take. G2 first rifle round of this half for them.
Were they singing
And
the
as
Happy
expected,
Birthday
they are
song
starting
wrong?
really slow, trying to feel out any aggression that this double flash comp will
Is that what
bring.
I heard?
Tens is going to be ready on a paranoia on that line. The second contact is made here. But G2, really, the way you categorize their attack is mainly through walking into mid and looking for a pick. And a lot of elbow walks try and pinch into that A site, led by the Sova drone more often than not. In fact, they've gotten into market. A little surprising, but this camera here
will be broken and spots out Leaf.
Wait, you know how in
Sentinels have
American
to be
like
really
restaurants
cautious
or
of any of
whatever
these
they
pops
don't
through
sing
Leaf
they sing the
loves
different
kind of
happy
hacking through,
birthday.
similar to what we saw from Zekin in that
People
first
don't sing that version like in their home, do they?
Fortunately for Sentinels, all playing off-site right now, no kill trips or anything like that to work with. Just the one right next to
No?
John QT to make sure no
Okay,
one
good.
comes up on his drill.
I was just wondering, you know. You never know.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear, G2.
Somehow pulls that one off.
And the trip gets a second kill!
2 kills. Down to 3 for G2.
Oh no.
Can they keep this round in their control? Second has the ult. He is fully cleared out sight. But can the rocket find a connection? No. Misses in main. Just a stinger for him to work with, but Trent is blind. And he's knocked off to one side. Finds his kill. Tens up above. The reflank finally coming
Trent?
in. Saucy's found it down to half. It's only Trent. And on the other side of the smoke, a stinger is waiting.
Trent's just buzzing around him with a stinger.
They win the
Literally
focus
just
in the
annoying
second
him to
round.
death.
Who would win? 2 professional Valorant players or 1 silly tripwire? It's the tripwire. That's all John QT walked into the round with. That and a sheriff.
Oh, they actually go for the fourth G2.
Even besides that trip,
Oh,
it really
no.
comes down to the retakes with this
Yes.
because that's the whole reason that trip is even there. Stop them from getting into sight, and then you can flood with double flashes.
And that smoke that goes onto the sign in main, they're so annoying. You can see because the center of it is raised. There was no way to walk out of it without getting shot.
Another upside of that Gecko being able
Oh,
to cycle that
G2.
Dizzy
We
in
might see an
and
early timeout from them depending on this round. I mean, this is a big round for them.
10 seconds later,
No, Sen's economy after winning that is in a pretty good spot for some of these
It leaves
players.
those windows where G2 can creep up, just like they have here. Orb goes down on the Leaf.
But a lot harder to time than something like a
I think in
Silver Dart or
general,
a Breach
G2
Stun that
will
has a
play
full
much
45
slower than
seconds on
Sen.
refresh.
I was expecting more of this. I
honestly,
think they
the
played
amount of
almost too
information
fast.
Sentinels have to
Almost
play
kind
with
of
on this
building
defense
into
is
that,
insane.
just like
If this camera
pure
remains
adrenaline kind of
untouched,
stuff.
Sentinels will have free reign because Dizzy can cycle over on the A side. KO is going to have his knife every 40 seconds. Late in the round, you just hold on to that. And if G2 ever try to exec, you just throw that up against the wall in a main, and they're never bursting
So
out of the
this
chip.
is the funnily enough that
So where
Jonah
did G2
ran
land
into this
this
trip
round?
again, because obviously one of the main
The group
reasons you're
back
playing
close out.
Sova is to destroy these trips.
And likely
as we
just
just
continue
saw.
the theme of these slow contact plays.
Sentinels are playing pretty passively here.
Revealing area.
Saucy's got just about everything. That's a fun little dart going on in. Oh, wow.
30 seconds left.
Spam not going to connect from Saucy. But again, this comp is about retakes. Another 5v5 post plant.
Valen scouting out towards spawn there,
Valen
doesn't see
doesn't
anyone,
spawn,
so maybe
doesn't see
worried
anyone.
about a
I
potential
don't think they're
flank.
gonna
No,
push
they've got
it,
a
but-
camera that should make sure there's no gaps on that one. They need to center this fight around shop. They've got 2 players, Leaf and Trent, ready to choke out Sentinels when they come
5v5.
through here.
Just old death squatting.
Util coming
In.
in for Sentinels. The flash is over the top.
Oh my
Second
God.
into the site. Leaf is so blind, but Trent has a cheeky angle. Only goes for
He gets
one.
2 with the
Saucy
spam.
activates, finds 2, kills this retake. Is so clean. The fish is finally in. They didn't even need it. Beauty from Sentinels.
Okay, Sen. Got to be a timeout G2, you would have thought. They'll probably have to save this round, so their advantage from the first half is gone. Wiped out just like that. And again, if Sen win, I'm going to bed because it will. The second map will be probably a very weird mix of bravado and inconsequential fights. So I only can imagine how messy it will be.
A very different look, a very different read, comboing the KO and the Gecko. Kaplan been in the labs cooking this one up, and it's fantastic to see now.
Josh RT gonna hit the timeout here. G2
Goodbye, Magnum.
very quickly running out of chances.
They have not won a round.
Sen win this
on
map, they are through,
and
yes.
I genuinely think their
Sen need
comp is
one map, any map.
outmatched in the post plants. What do you do? If you play off site, you are going to get smoked out and you don't have flashes to get back in. That's not looking good. If you play on site, you're getting flash comboed, paranoia, everything's unloaded on you. It's not realistically possible. Maybe you can play around your wall, your Viper wall, your cage is something, but even pushing towards the enemy spawn is hard because again, you don't have many flashes, you just have the paranoia. So everything revolves around them taking relatively even.
If Sen wins
gunfights
2-0,
because they
then
can't help
good for
support each
them.
other. They have to do it through their mechanics and their
Good for
fundamentals
them.
and their spacing, and that's tough
But-
at the highest level.
It is really difficult. If you give Sentinels the time to set up,
They only need
these
one.
set retakes.
As soon as they get one, they can literally just
They absolutely need to disrupt
play
them. Break
5
this
duelists
streak.
if they want to.
But this round, not really the one to do
And
so. Just some
I don't know much
invested.
how much Breeze they've actually played. How many games of Breeze have they played?
Jonah P on the Sheriff.
Again, if Sen haven't
It's not
played
Corp the
Breeze,
Guardian.
then they probably shouldn't want
That's
to
about the only hope I give them here. Good
reveal that
scouting
comp.
early on from Sentinels, spots out. Both the Sova
Oh, if
and
they have
the
played
Cypher.
Breeze before, then maybe who cares?
And I
But
mean, you're even just seeing on this anti-ecos.
Certainly you
what's
don't
so
wanna
impressive about
reveal
this
any
comp.
strats.
Before it even gets the retakes, they have utility they can invest to fight into
just
either
wanna-
lane to really heavily get information on their
play very
on the
normal.
side their Cypher isn't at, and then they have recharges by the time they're retaking.
There is exactly
okay, so they are on the eco.
1v1 they're giving
Couple
on the map,
sheriffs.
and
I
that's
mean,
the
it is a
only-
retake
there were
A
3
again,
players
but
over in Market,
as Ender
and
was kind of
Cypher's just
saying,
playing
this
off
comp
trip.
is set up
You're
pretty
always
good for
walking
retakes,
into an
especially when you
unfair
get the
fight,
first
and
kill.
Sen's the only guy who takes the one. Of course he's gonna get his.
Yeah, if the only 1v1 is
And there you
against
go.
Tens, like,
So they're just set up for these deep
tough to win
positions,
that.
get the kills off the
they'll get the
trips.
plant in.
It's kind of exactly what Cypher's designed for.
I
I do think that the Cypher is designed more for comps like Sentinels, right? He's kind of passive on one area, get kills off trips, you know, have a good retake setup.
Obviously, G2 hoping to win this map.
What's the
but
worst
it's
harbor
time
I've
to
ever
top-
seen?
the worst
It
case
was
scenario
Zeke
for G2
from Team
Hit the
Heretics
panic
last
button.
year.
G2 lose out from here. It's still underneath
On
the
Pearl
round differential,
post
right?
lock-in.
8 to 13
Like week
finish
1 of
with
EMEA.
5 separating them. And if they got
It
some
was,
13-0s and some 13-1s, it keeps them in the picture.
So you mean to tell me, if they
Honestly,
lost out from here,
everyone
they
in
would
this
only
chat
have
would have
3
played
rounds
it
to
better.
lose in the next 2 maps?
Yes.
Like not the aim
They have
or the
to win.
mechanic side, but
They
the
have to
agent.
win. And that means this round is critical.
Like it was that bad.
Big ults online. Showstopper. Zekin into mid. He's taken down. That is the first advantage.
Not like
G2
the
has
aim
had
and
in a long
stuff,
time,
but
there's
the
another
util
fight coming.
was really
Yes,
bad.
Tens is gonna get overwhelmed here. Teleport out. Leaf. Showstopper. Connection.
Ten still gets the
He's
kill.
still fine.
Sassy's just
And Sassy's
spraying
just
down
getting
everyone.
them down in main. Only 2 left
Now,
alive.
does he know about this?
And look how aware Sassy is. He's ready for the play.
Do you know, Jonah P, about him?
Taken care of, and Trent is again
Now the spike was
alone.
down and Sassy knows that, so
1v3.
it might have wasted the Cypher ult, but Sen, 3 rounds away. This has been such a fast game. It's kind of been entertaining just because it was just so fast and crazy.
It was the round. It was the swing round. It was the ult round. It was Sen going up to 10. And it worked out. The opening was perfect, right, for G2. They kill Zekin. But then 10
It's crazy with the trade and then
blasts Leaf
a
out of the
line
sky.
up there.
Saucy
That's tough
swings
for
into the fight
G2.
like an absolute madman. Who does that? His teammate dies. He's already on the ground. He's cold. And Saucy's going back in for 2.
Little remix on this. See, now if I'm seeing a Gecko here, I am kind of wanting to test this, to be honest.
Does Zekin get flashed through the smoke? Celsius is ready for it, but they're gonna come to him instead. It's a 1-for-1 trade out.
They're so low.
John QT. Sentinels is always so apt to find these trades.
It's because they have so much information. They're playing like it's unfair. It's 5v2. It's 5v2. Every single fight is a numbers advantage because they just know exactly what's happening on the map.
And rewind that round to start off. They're cycling a Dizzy A. They know that A main is clear. They have trips up on B, so they're fully understanding that this is likely to be a play through mid and are ready to punish that.
And look, G2, they actually got into the smoke. They almost had the
Oh my
narrowest
goodness.
margin to actually get in there. But it
Now
doesn't
it's a
matter.
chance.
You know what would be the most G2
And it's
thing of
now
all
gone.
time? The most G2 thing of all time
he
would
gets
be
flashed?
that Sen win this map, but then G2 win
Brutal.
2-1 on these maps. And then G2 makes some tweet about how they beat Sentinels.
Sentinels, you can see Thrash available, Null Command available. Next round
30
looking
seconds
even
left.
tougher. And that'll be the buy again for G2.
But Sentinels go through.
I love the way Sen is playing this defense. When they're in this man-up situation, they're fully condensing this map. No one is in any position where they're giving a disadvantageous fight, even an even fight.
Kaplan with a full offseason to work with this team and bring them under the Kaplan spell, the magic of him. He has put together the most well-drilled Sentinel squad I have ever seen.
Oh, we got him.
Great thrash.
And Balance like, bro, I'm out. I'm out, bro. See you later.
And his poor teammate Valen only has
You do
14
you.
HP
Good
to
luck.
work with.
I wish you well.
John's holding the line. It was only a matter of time. 11-8 now. Sentinels indomitable on defense.
And I don't know, you can't help but get a little bit excited about Sentinels. Every single fight, very high percentage that they're taking and looking good in it.
Remember,
Sassy's kind of been going crazy, to be
This is the
honest.
beginning for this team, and they're already showing us new creative comps. This is not the Sentinels of last season that was always playing from behind.
This is also a Sentinels that was in the absolute...
Okay, 2 rounds for Sen.
Right?
G2
Like,
take
it
their
couldn't
second
get
time
harder.
out.
Want to list the teams for me?
Yeah, I mean, Loud.
Yeah, that's bad news. That's also bad
Sen wins.
news.
Whose stream am I going to pollute with bad jokes?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They were able to take
those,
down...
even
Oh,
those
you're gonna
two
watch the
were
second
top
match.
2 teams people were saying that are going to be the best in the league.
And honestly, I thought 100 Thieves
I
was
don't
playing
know.
fantastic Valorant. Like,
Find the
that group
smallest
champion. Yeah, that group was
co-streamer
so
you can.
hard for them. And they did get through close matches all the
They
way.
must be out there somewhere.
It's looking like another close one.
14
here, but
hours,
this
I am
second
still
half
live,
has been
yes.
lights out from them.
Oh, we're about to hit the 14-hour mark. We're at 13, 59, 41, 42, 43. Let's count down to
We're
the
approaching
14
last
hours.
chances here for G2 on this first map.
10, 9, 8, 7,
I feel like this music is
6,
a little bit too chill for what's
5,
happening.
4, 3, 2,
Sentinels is vibing with
1.
them.
Yeah, Sentinel's feeling real good. And G2, their nails must be bitten all the way down.
14 hours.
It's starting to slip.
Remember, they just came off a heartbreaking loss against MIBR. It is very rare that in Tier 1, you have to play
What's the
back
time? The time here is 2:44 a.m.
Happens in VCT.
So I
It's
started
also,
this
they won
stream.
in OT. They came back in that split map. They almost didn't even have a shot here. It was almost MIBR with a chance.
What was the first game I
But they
watched
earned
today?
it for them, and now they have to
What was
push
my
it one
longest
step further.
stream?
They've got ults.
I think the longest
Jonah
day I
P
streamed
ready to
was
unleash that Hunter's
yesterday,
Fury.
but it wasn't
Sentinels
continuous because I had
It's a pinch
internet issues.
into their spawn.
Oh wow, and Tens gets a kill as well. You take a timeout and that happens, and then Sens kills you. Okay, Sens, here we go, Sens City.
That was out of G2's paws. They haven't slowed down for an iota
And then money's
of
no
time.
good.
5v1 for Trent.
Sen are going to win, but knowing them, they are going to take it to 30 rounds.
No.
This is just
This
so
is
different from what we've seen before from Sentinels.
G2 are looking shell-shocked, and you could not look at 2 teams with a
You know what? I
different
think
read
we
on
should
the
start a
map.
new
G2
Valorant movement.
Play slow, stall.
Hashtag
And
you are
Sentinels came in,
Senna.
Go, go, go. Not a moment to breathe. A timeout, the only respite, and the 30 seconds after your team's been wiped.
We need to get a flawless round tally going here. It seems like half of this defensive side has been rounds just like that.
The fans certainly know what's happening.
Well, 4 chances, and G2 haven't won an attacking round.
8 in a row. G2 had a great first half.
Casso Myran! Myran?
Now they've
Never
got
know how to
back.
say his
Joe
name.
for G2.
Thanks for the 11 months. It almost is,
Once again,
yes.
Sentinels, heavy stack
Right,
over
they have a
towards
KO
mid.
ult.
They are
We
ready
got
to fight
Silver ult
around
over
this
here.
area
Viper's
if
Pit.
G2 decide to commit in. That said, maybe Valen can get a little bit loose with it. Do we see a deep flank TP with the Omen? Do we see Net and Trent try to do something towards the A site? So far, it's been 30 seconds and nothing. Droning into the site, looking to break down that camera.
Double
but they can't
lurk
find
over
it.
here,
He
so
hasn't
we're not,
clicked
like,
in, and
fully
the flash
committed.
coming back from Boba means that they will never break that camera. 40 seconds now gone on the round, and the information still stands. Only now broken from them, but Celsius has the null command ready for the pre-take. They're not going to let G2 plant the spike. G2 need to activate these 2 players in A. They have got to do something because right now they have been stuck here, getting
What
hit
are they
by
doing?
info cycle after info cycle. Sentinel's ready to pounce on them.
G2 start to hit. When is the flood going to come?
They're gonna TP
It's only a
across.
matter of time
Yeah, he's gonna tap, TP
for
back,
Sentinels
now he's
send
gonna
their
TP
wave
to
back.
it.
They're going to A with a spike. They're going to A
Wow,
with a
it bait
spike.
out the
There's 2
KO. They
players
got
there.
it.
They heard Sentinels rotate out.
Oh, but
they're
still,
hanging
Tens gets
around.
a kill.
Tens finds his first, and there's still Saucy back in spawn.
Oh, it's a spike.
He's gotten a kill. G2, they have a player already late on this flank. Hunter's Fury is being popped. Jonah will try and defend his teammate. What can he get done with it? He buys time for Net.
The spike goes down. There's a camera that will
That's
see
so
these
fast,
two
though.
players. G2 needs
It's
to
over.
get out in front of this fight. Sentinels are already
It's over.
on the defuse. Net finds 3, but they're sticking it through.
GG.
E
Take it all.
They were just too fast.
Sentinels 13-8. What a performance. They debut a new comp on Sunset, a new style of play, a completely different read than their opponent, and they dominate. Every one of those combos looked so perfectly drilled.
So, this means that NRG cannot play EG. That's all we know right now.
Simply ridiculous.
I'm sure we'll know hopefully soon.
An incredible
Who's playing who?
map. I mean, the first half, every round so close.
But NRG can't play EG.
Sentinels and the crowd here rode the wave on defense. They didn't give
No.
G2 a moment to breathe.
From now on, you are watching essentially a glorified scrim.
In that one. And G2, I mean, that entire first half.
Why not? Because Sentinels qualified from Group B, and so Sentinels have to play one of NRG or EG. So so NRG and EG can't meet because Sentinels have to play one of them.
They dominated map 1.
That they did, and we've received word that that's done enough. That the round differential has gotten them to the point where Sentinels has qualified into the playoffs. But it's not done yet. We still have a rest of the series. We're still playing it out for fun. Map 2, after this.
I kind of want to stick around to see when we'll get the thing. I want to know when we'll get the playoffs. It could be Loud NRG. No, don't do a Met 2 Pred, because I'm going to leave. How could it be Loud NRG? Because they draw Loud versus NRG. That's how it could be Loud NRG. Watch to the end. I think you don't realize how unimportant this will be. All I want to know is who they play. No, the Group A play and winner thing was just a thing that they had on the. Was just a thing that they had on the thing, on the little graphic, but it was wrong. Kale Boo, thanks for the 2 months. So you're either gonna get NRG versus Loud and Sen versus EG. Either this or, so this is number 1, or it's going to be NRG versus Sen, the one that I'm kind of hoping for, and Loud versus EG. This is the one that I'm hoping for personally. But it's going to be one of this. These are your 2 possibilities. NRG versus Sen would be pure content. It would be amazing. Can I imagine EG winning? Can EG beat like Sen on their worst day with a lot of prep and a lot of anti-striking because Sen have played a lot of maps? Maybe. If EG get Loud, they're cooked, I think. There's no way. NRG Loud would be good. Yes, obviously this would still be, yes, banger match. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this would just be kind of more hype. We'd also get more kind of representation at Madrid if Loud go. It would be, it'd be good. And I feel like if we got NRG Loud, people might say like, oh, the best 2 teams didn't go. You know what I mean? Like, we've already seen Loud beat Sentinels, so I think most people are happy to say like, okay, Loud are better than Sentinels. But NRG versus Sentinels is kind of like, but who's second, you know? Whereas, like, if Loud beat NRG and Sen beat EG, some people might be like, well, NRG are better than... Like, if Loud beat NRG in a close game, people might be like, oh, well, NRG would have beaten Sen. I don't want Sentinels to lose. I think for Sentinels... I mean, if they can beat NRG, though, that then kind of proves that they're just good. You know what I mean? Like, no one would have any doubt then. That it'd be like, oh, Sen are just good.
Their setups were so...
Tell us who it is.
So damn
Tell us who
good.
it is.
G2 got
Literally, as soon as the map
plants
starts,
off,
I'm going to leave.
Won none of those rounds, which is a testament to both how good Sen's retakes were, but also most of those situations, if not like the majority of them, they were getting the plant down at a disadvantage. Like Sen was finding picks while they were getting into the site.
Oh, for sure. It was man advantage situations left and
NRG
right.
played against A-tier
there were so
teams,
many
did
good
they?
things
Who
about
were in
that
NRG's
composition,
group?
Actually, on defense,
MIBR, Cloud9,
I didn't quite feel like Saucy
and Furia.
had all the tools at his disposal or was using them effectively.
Bruh.
But then when they went to defense, it was a completely different story, right?
They had an
being able
easy
to
group.
refresh the flash, being able to use KO and the
They had the
Gecko
worst
at the
group.
same time to
Way
play
more
aggressively on two different peaks. I mean, that a strat that they kept doing with Zekin would showstopper down mid with his ult, and sometimes he died, but then they'd get B main control anyways. Like, that was so good. And because they have the two initiators to be able to set that up, it's very, very nicely planned by Kaplan.
Yeah, John
You're gonna watch
GT,
Phoenix?
he really
In
sets
Phoenix's
this up
chat,
for
Canada
G2.
man, you'll just be a mere pawn in the waves.
Insane. I'm kind of curious, where do we even think that G2 went wrong, though? Like in the second
Fuck
half.
it, I'm gonna end the stream. Enjoy yourselves.
Well, this is,
Enjoy the
this
second map.
where they definitely went wrong. They could not figure out John's setups. They were not properly clearing
Goodbye.
his trips at all.
And honestly, that type of thing, especially what you just saw in that, like the pistol round. And,
I don't
and
believe
these
in
types of
raids.
moments
You can
too,
all
Leaf
go
is
wherever you
looking for
fucking
the
want.
trips, right? But on that
Go and
pistol
enjoy
round in
fucking
particular, right, he
Zelsis'
runs
stream.
into it, and Jonah P's behind him, and he doesn't shoot the trip.
I'll be
and then
back
Jonah P
on
walks into it again,
Thursday.
and still, nobody shoots the trip.
For a
It's
video.
like they didn't read the patch notes like 2 months ago.
Yeah,
like, the trip stays up, but even still, that's